Okay, we have a green box. We have a live counter ticking up, so we should now be live, or very soon will be. Which, of course, means welcome back to the Storytime Network. It is once again the Paradox Hour podcast, and it is once again a mid-season check-in for summer anime. Summer is so dry.
I mean, that is how summer is in a good chunk of the world, so not super surprising.
Yeah, but as a season of anime, it's dry as shit.
hmm
Because do not expect us to go anywhere near as long as we did for the 3+ episode check-in for a couple of reasons. One, we have now instituted a somewhat of a time limit. It shouldn't affect things too much because it's 15 minutes, and frankly, there are very few shows this season that we're going to go over 15 minutes for, so
hmm
well, that's just as a bit of admin. The second is that we have lost the carryovers and the a couple of the new shows. So, or we've lost, we've lost, what was it? Doctor Stone, Komi, and Shikimori in terms of carryovers, and we lost My Sky Life and Suspicious Maid, I think, from the
Yep.
new stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should be fine. We shouldn't take that
Yep.
long. So let's get underway with our very first show, A Couple of Cuckoos.
Uh, yes. This is. Grab that screenshot. Gotta love the whole family thing, you know?
Hmm.
But yeah, so these have been a few interesting episodes. In that they've actually avoided a lot of the annoyingly cliche misunderstanding uh, shit that happens in a lot of harem stuff. Uh, like there is a situation in I think the most recent episode or the episode before that where Hiro learns that Sachi is the sister to both Nagi and Erika, and she's like, "Okay, what the fuck is happening?" And instead, and after a brief run around, they just cut to the chase and tell her what's going on, which is honestly god refreshing.
I mean,
As opposed
I
to
can't
having
say
like multiple straight episodes full of misunderstandings.
I can't say I disagree. I often think, what the fuck is going on in when you talk about A Couple of Cuckoos
Mm,
and shows of its ilk.
understandable. Yeah, but it's definitely positive in the show's favor. What
Hmm.
also helps is that all three of the main female characters have more or less been given an equal amount of time to develop,
Hmm.
rather than just having one be like the obvious focus and the other two just taking a backseat for the whole show. Keeps things interesting, if nothing else, and also the show allows them to develop relationships with each other rather than just being o- only focused on Nagi, which is a sin of almost every harem anime. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, these girls have pre-existing relationships. Let's ignore all of them in favor of having her horn in on the main protagonist.
yeah, but that's mostly because a lot of writers don't know how to write female characters
Yeah,
beyond
yeah, no.
horny for potato male.
Gotta love good old potato gun. Oh wait, look, maybe it's because I'm Irish and I have a bias towards potatoes, but I
I
kid, I
love
kid.
potatoes.
Potatoes are great as a food. As protagonists, not so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do like that the female leads have like actual relationships outside of the main protagonist.
Hmm.
It is definitely a positive in the show's favor. What's also fun is that what's less positive though is the animation quality is not great at times. The show is
That's a shame.
really leaning on its characters and plotting to carry it. The soundtrack's okay; it's passable, but the animation quality is ranges from decent to very mediocre.
Hmm.
Nothing outright awful, but it's still not great.
Yeah.
Right.
I have seen some true stinkers in the animation department, if I'm being honest. But no, this one's still keeping my attention, and I do think that the show is doing a decent job developing its overall ensemble.
Yeah.
Even Nagi's getting some character development, which is something that I never expected to say of a harem protagonist. So that's nice.
Just going back to the production side, it's never wonderful when there's two studios.
I mean,
There
Spy
are
Family is produced by two studios, so
there are the exceptions, obviously, but to be Spy Family had
Yeah, I was gonna say Spy
had
Family.
Cloverworks and Studio Wit. A
Fair
Couple of
enough.
Cuckoos has Synergy SP and Shin-A Animation. I think
Literally
there's a little bit of a
who?
difference there.
Literally who?
That's fair. That's
Synergy SP, known for the wonderfully animated shows Taisho Otome Fairy Tale and Battle Game in 5 Seconds.
Okay.
My Fairy Tale had nice art, but it didn't move very much. So yeah,
Shin-A Animation, let's see, done a lot of Crayon Shin movies.
Huh.
Did a couple of, at least one season of Takagi. Did Mashiro no Oto.
Sweetness and Lightning.
that's a pretty good track record, honestly.
Was
Yeah,
one of
this
the
isn't-
was
this
one of the
isn't bad.
co-studios for The World Ends with You. Oh, it's done all of Takagi-san. My bad.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's good. That's
A
very
lot of
good.
Doraemon. A lot of.
Yeah.
Pretty much, this is just every Doraemon everything. Wow.
Oh, and they did Tanara no
Shin-A
Seki-kun.
has-
Huh. That's a very good show. Y'all should watch
So
that if you
Shin-A
haven't.
has a fairly good track record then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Synergy doesn't though.
Well, it's half and half then.
Yeah.
Still,
Oh, they did the Stitch anime.
ouch. I'm sorry. I just love doing the Stitch voice.
Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
Anyways, yeah, no. Show's decent. Has its issues, mostly on the production side, occasionally on the character shenanigans. You know how it is.
Hmm.
But I am at least interested in seeing where it goes from here.
All right.
It has yet to utterly fuck up with catching the ball.
Fair enough. So, moving on to the first of my sports shows.
Or
Aoashi.
trash, yes.
This is the best one by far. Aoashi has been so fucking good.
Also, it's not sports trash.
That's
it's
actually
just
what I've
regular
been
sports.
hearing.
Yeah, no, Aoashi's really good. Big plus for these 4 episodes that I'm going to be covering. No Kutsu, that prick. So didn't have the major asshole showing up. Even better, we actually got a senior player who isn't a jackass. Yoshitsune is a fucking king.
That's nice.
Because he actually tried to, support the younger players and help them out. He's also a complete fucking weirdo, which is great. Because Ashito basically said that he loves Yoshitsune's way of playing football, and Yoshitsune completely reacted like it was a love confession. He also gives weird nicknames. He's calling Ashito Mophead. So Yeah, no,
Look, saying
Yoshitsune's
you
a
love a
king.
player's style is basically confessing to them in some sports.
In
In
a
some
sports
sports.
way, yeah, but like, he did the thing where like he put his hands up to his face, like, oh my, like he did that. Oh no, Yoshitsune is wonderful, and it's a shame he is now back with the A team because he is obviously far too good for the B team. Far too good.
Makes sense.
Which is sort of a shame because in the game we covered, a lot of the B team players were more than happy to rely too much on him. Which, yeah, that was an easy mistake that they fell into. Though to be fair, at that point, I think they'd lost, what was it, 4 games on the trot. So I think they just wanted a win. Um, More importantly, though, Ashito is actually starting to progress in a footballing sense, and that's wonderful.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
he's he's realized that what he needs to take from Kurabayashi, who's the fucking 16-year-old who's playing in the professional first team, um, is basically his ability to his spatial awareness. Basically, Kurabayashi is always basically looking around, seeing which players are near him, which players are making runs, where the space is, that all that jazz. And Ashito's finally realizing that that's what he needs to do, which is good. Admittedly, it takes him a month to figure it out properly, to actually get it to a point where he can actually use it in a game without, focusing so much on shifting his head back and forth that he just completely misses the ball. But he figured it out. He figured it out. And more than that, it's a big step in what I can only imagine Fukuda wants from Ashito, because I think last stream I did mention that Togashi and guy voiced by Junya Inoki, I can't remember his name off the top of my head because he didn't appear in these episodes. Yuma, that's his name. They mentioned that Fukuda wanted Ashito to become a playmaker. And what this set of episodes really showed is that it isn't just setting Ashito up as an offensive playmaker, but also as basically a defensive leader, able to basically tell other players where they should go, who they should mark, and once those spaces have been cut down, intercept the pass. Which he did well on one occasion. He fucked it up on a second occasion because he didn't think about he was only thinking about what he needed to do, not everybody else. But he's getting there. The point is he's getting there.
That's good.
Different Yoshitsune. Different Yoshitsune. This Yoshitsune is, as I said, a complete fucking weirdo who's just very good at football. And he is definitely a weirdo. He's also very good at football. He is definitely good at football. I'll give him that. What else? Oh, that's right. Because just keeping on Yoshitsune for a couple more moments. He did because Ashito said he was so in love with Yoshitsune's way of playing. He did say he'd sign an autograph for Ashito, and then in the mid card, he did the sports thing of signing an autograph on a camera. And then the second mid card was of the cameraman being like, "Oh my god, why did you do that? You ruined this camera." Uh,
Sounds
the
like a himbo thing to do.
Yeah, no, he's a himbo, and I love him. The other major throughfare of this series of episodes is that Tachibana, one of Ashito's very close friends, is struggling with confidence because he's one of the forwards in the team, and obviously they went on a run of 4 games without being able to score. and Tachibana is taking this very, very hard. Admittedly, it probably doesn't help that the entire left side of the team got gutted. Because two of them got brought up to the A team for a short while, and Ashito, who was the left-sided forward, got moved to left back, and because he was shit at left back, didn't play for 4 games. So they lost their entire first starting left side for those 4 games. Which does not help. And especially considering how much Ashito did in terms of creating chances. Again, it doesn't surprise me that they struggled. The issue, of course, is that they are still in the league, and they are coming up against, in their final game, they are coming up against Tokyo Musashino, who has so far gone unbeaten and, in fact, only conceded 2 goals in 6 games. Which is good.
Oh,
it's
damn.
very good. It's very, very good. The other thing to mention, well, 2 things, is first, 2 of the players from the tryouts who didn't get in are playing for them now. One of them has remained a decent guy. The other has become a complete asshole. The other thing to mention is that Tachibana used to play for Musashino. So there's a history there. Yeah. But yeah, the 2 players, Nakano and Kaneda. Kaneda has just turned into a complete dick because he thought that the reason he didn't get in was because he was friendly with the other tryout members, when in fact it was because he's mentally weak. And he in particular, like, holds a grudge against Ashito, because Ashito was the one to basically bring up, hey, we're on the same team, we should try and communicate. So yeah, he's a fucking idiot, basically, is what I'm saying. And he is gonna get knocked the fuck off his pedestal.
Sounds fun.
What else is there? Just to finish off. Oh, that's right. There's a bit of a love triangle developing, which isn't great. It's not my favorite aspect of the show. Because it appears Henri might be developing something of a crush on Ashito as well. Because she did call him cute, which, to be fair, he is in a feral gremlin sort of way.
Ashito?
Yeah.
I mean, it might just be the protag syndrome in action.
As I said, he is cute in a feral gremlin sort of way, but, it's frustrating because he and Hana definitely have a connection that could very easily blossom into a romantic one if Hana wasn't too busy feeling inferior to Henri in terms of football knowledge, and Ashito wasn't a dense shonen protag.
Yep. So, as the person in chat asks, how would you place it on Stars on my index from Haikyuu to Stars Line?
Assuming you mean in terms of gayness, it's not that gay. Like, they are definitely setting up a strong heterosexual romance. And there's definitely bromance there. It's definitely not in a there's definitely no. I don't feel it's in a romantic sense. I also question you using Haikyuu as the bottom of that index, because oh boy, is that gay.
Mm-hmm.
Or was Stars Align the bottom? Stars Align was also gay, though.
They're both very gay shows.
Both of them are
I actually have
pretty
seen
gay
Stars
shows.
Align. I can vouch for that one.
Yeah, Stars Align has an outright gay character.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I didn't think about that, yeah.
And frankly, I would not be shocked if Toma and Maki were queer platonic. Um, no, Haikyuu is pretty gay. In terms of sports anime that aren't gay, God, there's so many of them that are gay.
That's
Maybe,
kind of the nature of sports anime, honestly.
uh, maybe the likes of Cross Game and Mix. Those were never that gay.
Oh
Those
yeah,
those are
no.
those are pretty heterosexual.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, those are the old schools.
Last thing I want to say, really nice that Otomo, Tajibana, and Ashito have such a strong bond with each other. They continue to, oh yeah, rip Beast Children, fucking rip Beast Children. I'm still annoyed about that. But yeah, they've got a close bond. They're defending each other when Canada tries to talk shit, and it's good. I'm really looking forward to this match, which I assume is going to be the final one of the season. Even if, again, the love triangle is frustrating me. Anyway, I've talked long enough. We should move on to the next show, Call of the Night.
This has been an interesting set of episodes.
Yeah,
Most
I
recent one was definitely the most lore heavy, though.
oh yeah, I I just hate for every episode's notes I've gone. He's 14.
Yeah.
Sigh, he's 14. Why could you have not made him a college student?
I
Why,
don't
oh,
know. I
why?
think that the author was going for that specific teenage ennui that's only really that really kicks in when you are in your mid-teens.
I'm gonna be honest. I had more specific ennui when I was in university.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Honestly, high school, especially once I came back from Canada and the sleep debt started, um, it was honestly mostly a blur of yeah, sleep deprivation. I
Hmm.
In high school I got like five hours sleep on average, I would say. Um, yeah, I mean it's an interesting show, and what's her name? Shirakawa was an interesting addition to the cast for
Hmm.
sure. Especially considering she is very much birds of a feather with Ko.
Yeah, I do like their dynamic. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I will say that she more than what's her name, was it Akira? Am I remembering that one right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Akira. More than Akira really took the vampire thing in a stride.
Oh yeah. No, that was funny.
Like Ko outright said, "When I become a vampire, I'll turn you into a vampire if you want." And she was like, "Okay."
Cool. 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 Cool.
I would also say that her boss is so doing something like it is. It cannot be legal to call your employee in at 2 a.m.
No, that's not. I don't think that's legal in most countries. I don't know about Japan. Japan's a workaholic culture.
Look, my thought is, if you don't work a night shift and your boss tries to call you in at 2 a.m., you are legitimately able to tell them to fuck off. Because I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry.
no.
Because I'm
I
sorry.
mean, most people
No.
would be asleep at that point.
Yeah. Um. That's right. I said. I said when he ran into the road, it would be peak comedy if he got hit by a car.
Oh yeah.
It would be
Oh
peak
shit, this is
comedy.
this guy now.
I wouldn't even want him to get particularly hurt. Like, it wouldn't need to be a bad hit by a car. I just wanted it to happen because it would be peak comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, Shirakawa's a fun character.
Yeah.
I do like that Ko's encouragement helps her to just get that little extra bits of just hope, I guess.
Yeah.
What's also interesting is the whole gaggle of vampires we get to meet in the 7th episode.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't write any of their names down, so if you mention a name, I'm probably not going to remember it.
The only name that I remember off the top of my head is the Gyaru, Seri.
Okay, most of them are on the cast list. So
All 5 of them are on there, yeah.
yeah, we've got
Oh, Nico, I
Suzushiro,
remember that one, yeah.
we've got Suzushiro, Honda, Seri, Kohakobi, and Nico.
Yeah.
None of who really got fleshed out because they were, pretty much there
They're all
to lore
introduced at
drop.
the same time, yeah.
I mean, they didn't. Just you say there was a lore heavy episode. It wasn't that lore heavy. It was just mainly them repeating. Hey, you gotta be a vampire or we're gonna kill you.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, there is the hints of, like, what vampire culture is like and how they hmm,
I
and
mean,
how they
it's
basically feed and or
mm,
make more.
yeah. I mean, I feel like we had an idea from the first couple episodes that Nazuna is not the norm in terms of turning people.
Oh yeah, no.
And obviously, the episode 7 did reinforce the fact that Nazuna is not a typical vampire, which only enamored Ko more because he was like, I'm not a typical teenager either, so,
Mm-hmm.
we fit together. This episode was also very frustrating from a standpoint of somebody who really, really wants Ko to be Arrow or Ace or both.
Mm.
Really, really frustrating. Because they brought up the possibility of not experiencing romantic attraction. So, like, the author knows it exists.
Yeah,
Admittedly,
I
it
don't.
admittedly it
Hmm.
could be the translator slash subtitler at work.
That's a possibility. Another possibility, I think, is that the author just thought more along the lines of low romantic attraction rather than lack of romantic attraction.
Because I outright noted this down. I'm quoting Ko when I say, well, actually, I don't understand the whole thing about liking someone.
Hmm.
I followed it with an all
Yeah.
caps fucking sigh. Because, yeah, I was really starting to get frustrated at that point. I
Yeah,
just,
no, that's fair.
I just want
I
to,
do find it hilarious that all of their attempts to seduce him absolutely fail miserably because of that, though.
yeah.
They just completely bounce off of his head,
Mm.
and he has no idea that they're trying to get him interested in them.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing to note, and this is a distinct shift from the implication from the first couple episodes, which does make potentially Ko and Nazuna's relationship more interesting, is the fact that it doesn't seem like it needs to be true love for
No.
the vampire turning to happen. Because the implication is that basically these vampires are stoking or engendering a sense of
Fondness.
infatuation,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
A
Like a shallow
very,
love.
yeah, very shallow infatuation. Base infatuation was the term I used. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and if that's an actual plot point, again, that's interesting. That does
Yeah.
add more of a twist to their relationship. I just not sure if I trust the show to do this.
Hmm. What I also what I also find interesting is the very end of the most recent episode, Ko says he'll as long no matter how many years it'll take, he'll find a way to fall for Nazna. and Nico kind of has a weird reaction to that.
They all
which
have.
makes
They
me
all
think
have. Yeah, that comment does seem to pull all of them up, which was weird.
Which makes me think that there is probably not going to be that much time for him to do that.
Maybe not. Yeah.
I have no idea how much of a deadline he would potentially get, but
Mm.
it ain't going to be years.
It would be interesting if there is a negative side effect to Ko being fed on so often.
Mm-hmm.
Um. What else is there? Still annoyed at.
The fight sequence between Nazuna and Sherry was fucking awesome.
That was pretty good. That escalated pretty fucking quickly.
Dude, she tore off the other girl's arm. That was fucking metal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty well animated though.
Mm-hmm.
Apparent.
I love the palette shift too during the fight sequence.
Yeah, definitely got you into Nazuna's mindset for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, at the start of episode 7, the battle cry of the socially anxious. Who's that? What do I do? Do I run?
Yes.
Um, what else is there? Yeah, I got a little frustrated again in episode 6 at Ko's possessiveness.
Oh, towards Nazuna. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because of the whole massage thing. Yeah.
not even necessarily. I mean, that was episode 5. I was more talking about the fucking pool party thing.
But yeah, that. Yeah. That wasn't great.
In
But at the
fairness to
same time,
him,
it might be showing that he is developing an immature sense of affection towards her. Because immaturity often leads to clinginess and
yeah.
possessiveness.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it is a sign of him actually developing genuine feelings. Who
Yeah.
knows? It's hard to say.
Yeah. Anyway, to
I do
wrap.
like the little tidbit of Nazuna actually running a massage parlor out of her apartment.
Yeah, having Nazuna have a job is good.
Mm-hmm.
And it is an interesting job, even if it was very manipulative the way she got Ko to give the massage.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Very
absolutely.
manipulative. Also, he kept trying to say he wasn't doing it for the kiss. I call bullshit. About 85 to 90% of it was because he wanted the kiss.
I mean, that's like teenage motivation in a nutshell, though.
Yeah. My last thought is we got the elusive male nipples.
Oh yeah, that's always fun. Yeah. With regard to your excuse me, your thing on Ko, I think there's a possibility that it's not that he's Aero. He might just be Demi.
Maybe. That would that would
It would
mean
certainly explain a lot.
that would mean
It
a
would fit better with
Japanese
the.
yeah. That would mean a Japanese manga author had to have like knowledge of the romantic attraction spectrum, but weirder things
I
have
somehow
happened.
doubt that, but
Yeah,
it's an interpretation you can gain from it.
yeah, it is an interpretation and one that does fit Ko.
Mm-hmm.
But even the series that went further into the romantic and sexuality spectrum more than any other I've seen, Bloom Into You didn't really
Mm-hmm.
go beyond just, oh hey, asexuals exist.
Mm-hmm. I mean, go on them for going in on that.
Mm. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say other than that. Yeah, it was that final line was a bit weird, so it'll be interesting to see why it pulled them up so much. Oh yeah, was the reason there were only women there because it was Ko, who is a heterosexual male?
Most likely.
If it were a hetero girl, would there have been guys there? I really hope so.
I mean, given their comments, they've mostly been turning guys, so I assume the other way around also happens.
Yeah, I hope so. It would be weird if it wasn't.
I get the feeling that since this is from Ko's perspective, we're not likely to see many male vampires, if any, given how vampires turn people in this series.
Yeah, darn. Oh well.
Sorry, Mel.
I
You
I
have Vanitas, alright? You have Vanitas.
I was gonna say visual prison, honestly.
True, there's also that.
That
But
was
we
the
can
show
move on
full of
now.
male vampires. Anyway, we should move on to Digimon Ghost Game.
Okay. Just 3 episodes this time. Episode 36, Labyrinth of Grief. Buildings suddenly just start disappearing all of a sudden, along with actual people disappearing, of course.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And so the group goes investigates this cave um and meet up with some other people due to an urban legend forum. But yeah, it turns out that the culprit is a Gigasmon, this big golem like Digimon who apparently he saw this this trailer for a disaster movie and got the impression that humanity is doomed to go extinct. So he is he's capturing humans and turning them into statues in order to preserve them forever. Um, but yeah, but they managed to beat him up a bit and convince him otherwise. So there's that. Episode 37, actual zombie movie.
Huh.
This toxic material suddenly causes the dead to rise and then gets onto actual people and animals and causing them to behave like zombies.
Do the dead speak?
No, I don't think they did. I don't think the dead actually did speak. But I do get the reference though. So yeah, and turns out that it's due to a rare mon who's like this garbage was like illegally dumped on this mountainside, which causes like mon's material to like be separated. And all it really wants is to like spread the material and rebuild its body. But turns out the Raremon itself is actually basically dead already. So the group decides to actually kill Raremon and put it out of its misery, which is the first time they've actually had to deal with, actually intentionally killing a Digimon. So that's interesting. Yeah, because Hero, he's actively against it at first, but after thinking about it, it's like, no, this is for the best. So, and they do it. And episode 38, Hero is possessed by the spirit of this shogun, being is being manipulated by this one Digimon. What's its name again? Hold on a second, because I had it right here. Oh, Domon, and who is also apparently possessed by an evil spirit. And they kidnap people and turn them into like these spirit zombie creatures to build a proper army and take over Japan. But Gamamon meets a new Digimon called Espimon, who's in the screenshot there, and who, by the way, is a completely new Digimon created for this show.
Huh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it's interesting, and they managed to stop him and get Hero back to normal. So not a whole lot going on, aside from the themes of death there. And Espimon has some sort of connection with Hero, but it's not really elaborated because he mentioned that he's looking for Hero, but it's like, no, you don't look like him. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But Espimon is there for a reason. So. But yeah, my favorite out of the bunch is probably the zombie one because that was just that because Ruli, one of the main characters, is absolutely obsessed with zombie movies, so she got a kick out of that. But yeah, not a whole lot going on just yet. But I'm very curious about Stepmom and what his deal is. But yeah, that's pretty much all for now. I think we can move on.
So we can officially say that the slide into existential dread and ennui has happened now.
We're getting there.
Or
Yeah, we're getting there. I think we actually are getting there a little bit.
Okay, so moving on to Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai.
Woof.
oh boy,
Yeah.
so
Oh
number.
boy.
Who you gonna call? Ghost Handler?
Yeah, yeah, Ghost Hadler. Ghost Hadler actually helping out Avon. That's pretty great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty rad development.
Yeah, so
Not the
of
rad
course,
development.
yeah, so as
Just his
expected, Avon managed to triumph over Kilvern after some
shenanigans.
trickery. Yes, and some shenanigans, some, some second chance bullshit with Hadlar, but I'm cool with it. That works out really well. But yeah,
Nice and
he
poetic.
tried. Yeah, Kilvern's gone. And his little gremlin dude is very upset. I'm still curious about what his deal is, but at this point, I'm not sure if we're ever gonna know.
Yep. Well, we do know what Mistfern's deal is.
Yeah, we know what Mistfern's fucking deal is. He's not inhabiting a corpse. He's inhabiting Vern's actual body, which
So
is
Vern
why
split his
he's so
body.
strong. Yeah,
Mhm.
which I'm curious as to how he did that. I guess dark elf magic or whatever.
Probably some bullshit like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
darkling magic.
he split his body, froze one, temporarily froze one, and had Mistburn possess it.
Which is kind of brilliant, because that's basically his way to cheat into eternal life.
Yep. So he could just pop into that his perpetually young body if ever he feels like his current body is going to give out on him. Which
It
just so
was.
happens he does. Yeah.
Yeah, because he can't handle die. Die becomes strong.
Guy too strong. Need old body.
Oh yeah, Pop's dead. I'm supposedly. I doubt
mean,
he's
he did.
but
Yeah. He got quote unquote vaporized by Miss Vern deflecting an attack.
yeah.
His own attack.
Yeah, that's rough.
So he got Uno reversed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
But
got the
Mom
old
is
reverse Uno.
especially upset about it. And
Yeah. So after Vern comes back and takes back his old body, all that's left is Mist, who possesses Mom's body, unfortunately.
turns out Mist is a body jacker type. And he doesn't have a body of his own. So he hijacks Mom's body for a hot sec. And beats the shit out of some of the main crew before hopping into Hyunko's body.
Which was his plan the whole time. He trained Hyunko in Dark Aura so that he could one day take his body when Vern wanted his body back. Which I
Pretty clever,
like that.
actually.
Yeah, that's super clever. I like that a lot.
Yeah, very neat development there.
Yeah, so that sucks. So Dai has to deal with an ultra powerful Vern now, on his
While
own.
everyone else is stuck with Mist Vern hijacking Hyunko, and there's very little they can do about it.
Yes, Mist Hyunko, I guess, or Hyunko Black.
Yes.
Yeah, Hyunko Black. I like Hyunko Black. Although I'm not sure, we don't actually see Hyunko Black actually happen in the episode or in the preview.
No.
So
No.
I'm curious if Hyunko's will in his connection with White Aura now is able to withstand Mist, but I guess we'll see.
We shall see indeed.
Yeah.
Mom got a whole ass transformation when Mist possessed her.
Yeah.
Not a bad look, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that design there. But Yeah, a lot going on. Dai is in trouble.
Yep. He's used up a lot of juice in the fight so far, so
Oh, I'm really happy that it turns out that Mist Vern's not Mist Vern, that Vern's actual like young body is still voiced by Dio. That makes me very happy.
yes, I'm so happy with
Yes,
that.
thank
Yes.
goodness, because I noticed when Mist's voice changed, I was like, oh no, are we not gonna get any more Dio?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I was concerned
no,
about that too.
yeah,
And yes, of Die did get good. First
yeah.
season, first core was kind of rough, but it picks up after that.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
I'm with you. I dropped it around the first core, I think.
Understandable. It's a slow start.
The first core is the weakest part of the show, honestly.
Yeah.
Try to remember I think that was the same season I was also watching Yashahime.
Oh yeah, that one was worse.
Ooh.
I think they aired on the same day,
Oh
and
wow.
just like
Probably.
having to trying to force myself to watch them was just slowing down my anime watching. It just went, sod it, I'll drop both of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I dropped Yashihime right around the time of the Yikes plot twist, so
I didn't even get that far, so I
I
dropped.
don't want to elaborate, and I will not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens next in Die, but we can move on at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to a new show, Extreme Hearts. What's the word I'm looking for? Disclaimer. That's it. Disclaimer. Nmbr and I have only watched. Have not watched today's episode, so we're only covering two.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, because you had you watched episode 4 when we did the 3+ episode check-in.
I don't think so.
So we
No,
can
I don't
talk
think so.
about that if you want, but
Yeah. I mean we can sort of bundle it all together.
because let me just get my notes from last time up. Yeah, episode 4 was the one where they hung out with Maybe, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one where they got their asses beat by Maybe.
Mm-hmm. And enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, they enjoyed it. They loved to practice and they had a good time with him, which is nice. And one of them on Maybe is like, "What are you doing? Hang out with the enemy. What's wrong with you?" But yeah.
But yes, this was the this is the start of them searching for more team members, basically.
Yeah.
And they very much find it in the form of Tachibana Yukino.
I think Yuri meets her at the end of that episode.
Yeah, end of episode 4.
Yeah.
Thankfully, episode 5 had quite a substantial recap, which helped me massively
Yeah.
because I had forgotten quite a bit. Yeah, she seems nice enough so far. Her whole angsty deal was that she needed to take over her family's kendo school,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore, but hadn't prepared up until like the last couple of years, and so didn't feel like she had enough time to become a sports idol, which is such a dumb concept on paper.
Yeah.
And it's vaguely working. I won't say it's completely working, but it is vaguely working so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a good old speech from Grandpa to get her to put it aside and join the
Enjoy
team.
your freaking childhood. You can take over the dojo later. You have
Yeah.
time. Just be a kid. Have fun. Play baseball.
I mean, I was, making quips in my mind. At one point, you said, not all paths are straight, so I added, some are super fucking gay. Um, I
Very
also,
easy to take that kind of thing out of context, yeah.
yeah, I also imagine a conversation between the mum and the granddad of the mum going, Was any of what you just said true? Nope, made it all up so she'd go. But yeah, we got the Goth Squad baseball match. I don't understand how the intentional walking shit is legal.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'm not huge on that. Also, it should be brought up before we go any further that Rise has a new fucking AI manager.
Oh yeah, was that episode 4?
I
Yes, it
think it was.
was. It was
Yeah,
episode 4. Yeah, that
yeah,
Nono was
yeah.
introduced. Yeah.
I Okay, so can we talk about like the way they programmed her? It that makes it seem like you could program her like an AI to do fucking anything with the right program.
I don't
I,
think they want to go that deep into
no,
it.
I'm just saying it's like
I
that's just
know.
this is one of those things where it's like, wait, this doesn't really work because like you could have an AI just go all Terminator, go all
Yeah.
freaking Skynet, and just that's dangerous technology to leave in the hands of freaking teenagers. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? I know this is just a goofy sports idol show, but you do that, and I get these ideas in my head. It's like, wait,
I mean, I did take note that that Nono's initial outfit was definitely clothing not included, because it was weird to have an office robot that was in a sports bra and shorts.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I don't. The show doesn't want to get that deep into it. I don't especially want to go that deep
no,
into
it's
it.
just I know, but if you do stuff like that in front of me, I can't
Yeah,
help but have these ideas. You
because
know, it's
honestly,
like,
the
wait a minute.
the robot players in general is a big fucking big fucking hole we could jump down into, and it
Oh
would.
no, I, that none of that should be allowed for various reasons. I mean, especially if you're able to program. Oh man, this is just a whole rabbit hole. Oh goodness.
Yeah, I just. I again, it's a whole rabbit hole that is just does not need to be gone into, because it's just
Yeah.
weird. We're
And
also.
anyways, the baseball game was fun.
Yeah. Well, it was fun once Yukino showed up.
Oh
Until then, it
yeah,
was
yeah.
fucking intentional walks.
Yeah, man, the audience must have been bored out of their mind.
The audience were booing their fucking heads off. Uh, and then fucking golf girl leader let herself get baited into throwing an actual pitch,
Yeah.
which went horribly for her.
Yeah, you can't do that. Keep cool head.
Yeah. And then we met the final, I assume, real member of the team, Lise,
Mhm.
who seems
I like
interesting.
her. I like her thing. I like
Yeah.
how she's like a content creator who is experienced with karate. That's fun.
For some reason, I get the feeling that her karate isn't gonna transfer over, but seeing as it's a one-core season, I could be wrong.
Oh yeah. She supposedly joins Rise, so she
Yeah.
must be good enough, right?
I don't know. I just like. I feel like we've had the whole Ringer joins Rise thing happen a lot.
Yeah.
As in, three of the current members, have been ringers for the sport up next.
That's very true.
I was like, I feel like it would be a bit redundant if Lise was the exact same thing.
Mhm.
No, they haven't, because these shows are cowards and won't show actually muscular women.
No.
Like, the closest we got was I think on maybe like one of the members was super tall,
Mhm.
but I don't think it was any actual like strong muscle there.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of maybe, I think my favorite member was probably Chihiro. I liked her.
Yeah, I think she's my favorite as well. I think she's like the most distinct one there.
I think she had a lot to do in episode 4.
Yeah,
compared to some of the others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Futsal is up next again. Seems like a shame to just go back to one you've already done.
Well, I mean, there are only so many sports.
Yeah, but they do volleyball in the OP. I want them to do volleyball.
We'll get there.
Especially considering baseball was frankly a disappointment for the most part because of all the fucking intentional walking.
Yeah.
At least when they were doing the initial practice in episode 5, there was a fuck ton of ball compression.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we should move on to our next show. Give me a second, because I have to get to the name. There it is. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon, season 4?
You don't have to say the whole thing, you know.
I want to. Danmachi.
Okay. Oh, this has been a blast.
These last few episodes have been great.
I forgot like how much I missed this show. It's so much fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Though I am concerned, given that the Moss Huge went down so fast. There's likely to be complications.
Oh yeah, no, I still think we're gonna be. I mean, there are lower floors to explore, you know.
And they're probably going to find the safe ground to rest up first.
Oh yeah,
They're probably going to a breather episode after all this excitement.
Yeah, I mean the parasite vine thing is gone, so they should be good to heal up now.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Still, the thing's transformation in that most recent episode was just horrifying.
Ugh.
So gross looking.
Yeah.
It was nice to see an intelligent monster as an antagonist.
Yeah.
For once.
I like intelligent monsters in media that just he was planning traps, he was equipping himself with like adventurer's armor and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He knew how they were thinking.
Yeah. It was legitimately cunning as a beast, and it took a lot of effort and strategy to take him down.
So it was a cunning plan. Was it as cunning as a fox who's just been appointed professor of cunning at Oxford University?
I won't go that far, but it was very cunning plans.
Yeah. Also, Belle met a mermaid.
The mermaid was actually kind of sweet. I liked her.
Yeah, I like her too. It's just Belle's reaction to her in general is fun.
I mean, I don't entirely blame him.
No, I don't blame him either. I would probably be similar
when she was topless.
Yeah.
So, like, oh god, please put something on. Oh god, please put something on.
She don't know any better.
He doesn't.
No, the Xenos.
She's an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, she's sweet. I like her.
Yeah.
And then
I do like that she has connection to the Xenos too.
Oh yeah. It a little bit of payoff from the previous season works well here.
Yep. I also do like the whole party dynamic and them working to balance each other out and in their desperate struggle to survive against a horde of monsters.
Lily being pushed up against a wall there, and she's trying to figure out what's the best call here, but no, she can't abandon them.
Oh, she cannot.
No.
I did like Haruhime's new spell. That was pretty
nice.
Yeah,
that was great. A multiple level boost sounds broken as hell.
Is broken as hell.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she is out like a fucking light after using it.
Yeah. But that was a cool scene. I liked that.
Yeah, that was great.
And then Belle coming for the save with Argo
Yeah.
Vespa, which is a super cool name of a move.
I do love whenever he does his Argonaut thing because the sound of the bells chiming in on the soundtrack is always great.
Yeah, that's so good.
Plus, that fucking finisher move against the Moss Huge was great too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just a fun few episodes here. I'm so curious to see where things go from here because that moss monster, Moss Huge, I think it was called,
Moss Huge.
took up a fair amount of the screen time in the opening. So I'm curious to see what's after this.
Yeah, it's weird. It's only been 5 episodes, and this is supposed to be 2 cores.
Yeah. Oh right, it's 2 core. Wow.
Like 22 episodes. So there's
Yeah.
17 episodes left after this. What the
Yeah.
hell is going to happen?
Yeah. I'm sure the opening's gonna change at some point.
Probably at the midpoints, but yeah, I
Yeah.
am
Yeah.
very curious as to what's coming next.
Oh yeah. Hey,
I
if
do
we're
remember
just
Ryu being in the opening, so I wonder when she's going to come in.
yeah. Either way, I'm like I said before, I'm cool if the vast majority of the dungeon crawling because it's just fun
I would love that. That'd be great.
and we haven't had a significant time doing that in a while. So
That is the first season, yeah.
yeah. So
So yeah, having it like most of the season dedicated to dungeon crawling would be absolutely awesome.
yeah, it's fun and gives characters a chance to show off a bit.
It does.
Yeah.
We've already got a little bit of that with Welf, Aisha, and Haruhime especially.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Welf going all popping off with his swords. Yeah, and they also got to do some cool stuff with her strategizing.
yeah.
Yeah, this has
But
just
yeah,
been really good overall so far.
yeah. This is fun as hell.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what happens next.
I think we've covered everything, so I think we're
More
about
or
good.
less.
Yeah, I think we're good to move on now.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to another sports show. It is Love All Play. Only watched 2 episodes of this again. 2 decent episodes, to be fair. First episode was very much focusing on Matsuda, especially in comparison to Ryo. And does I think better explain what Matsuda's problem is. He's an overthinker. At least that was my take. Because in episode 16, he and Ryo overhears some third years basically saying that the second years should hold back and let them be the ones to play in the tournament since this is their last chance. And while Ryo heard those third years and thought fuck them, Matsuda not consciously but subconsciously started to worry about it, and it affected his play. He is unfortunately a poor, awkward bastard. But he has a chat with Ryo. Matsuda seems to recover by coming to the realization that he hates Ryo. Which, if it works for him, it works for him. Ryo isn't happy about it. Episode 17 was, I think, the prefectural qualifiers for the Nationals. focusing very much on Ryo again, and his mindset. And this is an episode I'm not sure was overly successful in what it tried to get across. Certainly, I saw a lot of people complaining in the comments, but again, part of the issue is that Ryo is not it's not your it's not a Giga Chad anime protagonist, so people will dislike him just based on that fact. He is he's somewhat timid, which is part of the issue. Because the point is he came up against a guy called Okazaki in the semifinals and then Yusa in the finals. Both of them have reached the finals before and are considered, some of the best players out there. Certainly in the prefecture. I think the issue is that Ryo has a very set view of where he is quality wise, and he very much doesn't think of himself as Yusa's equal. And so when it comes to facing them, he's basically already lost the mental battle. And it's especially difficult facing them in an actual competition where they are obviously so desperate to win, and here's Ryo who thinks that he can't win because he's not as good as them. So that's something he is definitely going to have to work on come the nationals. But it is definitely something that is currently hurting him, which is a shame. There was a foot. I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but there was a funny moment where Ryo and Yusa happened to be in the same train car and stood next to each other, and it felt to me like Yusa went up on his tiptoes to be taller than Ryo, and then Ryo went up on his as well because they're both petty motherfuckers apparently. I mean, Yusa we know is petty as shit. Yusa is absolutely petty as shit. But it was a surprise for Ryo to maybe. I don't know whether it was like it was what I said or if it was just them trying to like keep their balance in the train car. I really don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's still decent enough. It's definitely nowhere near the level of Aoashi in terms of sports show, but it's definitely a worthwhile show to watch. Moving on to one that I wish was more worthwhile. Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
The most disappointing show of the season.
Yeah, it's not even close.
I dropped
So
this at episode 3, by the way. I did not watch anything past 3 episodes of check in.
okay,
I haven't watched any more of it either, but I
okay.
also didn't have time to read the manga, which I intended to do, but obviously I do remember the vague story beats, especially around this area.
Yeah. Okay, so episode 4. Hengetsu. We get to know him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He hangs out with Yuhi and Hisame, and they get drunk together. So that's fun.
Yeah, I do vaguely
Yeah.
remember that, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, Samidare and Hisame's dad show up, just
Yes.
kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he's an author and he just travels around and does shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we learn a bit about him, and let me see, episode 5. Samidara and Yuhi go on a date, but that's really just a plan for Samidara to be out of the house while her sister's birthday cake. And they get back and they celebrate, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And we get Hengetsu's backstory. Him wanting to be a hero, but being upset that he's not able to fly. And becoming even more frustrated as an adult because his powers still don't allow him to fly. The golem attacks, and then he takes the hit for Yuhi.
Yeah.
And yep, the unfortunate death.
How was it done? Because obviously, I think I've said this before. That is the moment that Lucifer really kicks off as a great series.
It's fine. It's like it's not. It's good for what this show is. It's good for what this adaptation is.
Oh, that
I
disappoints me.
yeah. I can let you be the judge if you want to check it out for yourself. But it's
Yeah.
it's it does its job.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad. It's unfortunate. I do want to bring up one thing. Because I remember it being brought up last time with the whole subplot of Yuhi and that girl that likes him being brought up.
Yeah.
And it's seemingly being made so that Yuhi doesn't seem as bad as a person as he was at this point in the manga.
Yeah.
It's worth bringing up that he does. We still do get the moment where he does consider, using Hisame as a hostage to get Hengetsu to stand down and not interfere with him and Samidari's plan. So there is still that.
Yeah.
For what that's worth. So then that happens. Episode 6, we meet Hengetsu's brother, who he is a character. Whose introduction is challenging Yuhi to fight. He says no and then runs off crying. And then sometime later, he breaks into Yuhi's place and eats his cabbage.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I don't. He is a character. He is a character. I don't remember much about him in the manga. It's been so long since I've read it. But yeah, so he's a bit insane. But he is. He wants to surpass his brother. That's his main thing. We also meet the Horse Knight, Soichiro, and who else? Yeah, we also need this the Snake Knight, Yayoi. And then that's largely it. There's a golem attack, and it's a very strange golem attack because there's several of them around the place, and they're all acting strangely. So everyone's kind of going off on their own right now, trying to stop them.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where we leave off. So yeah, it's an unfortunate adaptation. I will say the voice acting in the show is very good, especially with Mikazuki, Hengetsu's brother. He's very good. But God, I pointed out the filter before, but I think it's only part of the problem. Like the rough animation aside, like I would enjoy this a lot more if its color palette were just better. If things were just a bit brighter, and like only make things murky when the situation calls for it.
Yeah.
It's just like just because the animation is bad doesn't mean the art has to be bad, and it's not horrible. But like if the color palette were just brighter, just a bit more colorful, because like. Yeah, it's
Mikazuki voiced by Gen Sato, by the way.
Okay. He's quite good. But yeah, it's consistent in its poor quality, but
that's a damn shame.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you hate reading, it does tell its story competently, at least at this point. So there is that at least. But yeah.
Honestly, there's no reason not to, It's on Crunchyroll manga. It's not like you'd
Yeah,
have to buy anything.
I know. It's just there are people out there that just refuse
no,
to
no,
read.
no.
What kind
I
of
get
jackass
your
hates-
point. I'm just, yeah.
There are those people out there, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But
Those people are wrong and dumb.
yeah. Let's calm down a little bit, but I don't necessarily disagree. But
Look, I
yeah,
was a chronic bookworm as a child.
yeah.
I have all the words against people who think reading is dumb.
No, it's not that they think reading is dumb. They just don't like to do it themselves. Which I mean, I get it. But yeah. But yeah, it's trucking along. I'm hoping it'll just have a singular moment where it shines. But that's just copium. But
Yeah, I have a feeling if it
well,
was gonna do that, it would have been um Angetsu's death. But
yeah. Well,
we'll see.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Very
see.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to a far more highly regarded show, Lycoris Recoil.
Yeah, I forgot about the shift in quality between these two here. Jeez.
That episode today, god damn it.
Yeah, that was. Oh.
Number and I were
What a hell
talking
of
a
a note to
little
end
bit.
on.
Number and I were talking a little bit before you joined the call, and I did note that I ended my episode notes with a simple, "Well, shit."
Yeah, a lot
Yep.
happens in one
Yep.
episode, but let's take it one by
Let's
one
quick it
here.
back.
Yeah.
This screenshot is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because
I love it.
episode 5 where Takina is just like trying her damnedest to one up Chisato, and she gets more and more frustrated.
Mhm.
I put in my notes. It doesn't surprise me that Chisto is very good at rock paper scissors, nor that she'd use it to get out of doing chores.
Yeah.
Poor Takina's face there is just absolute perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, episode 6 is the start of the blending between Chisto and Takina's cute adventures and the main plot of the story.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because Robo Haka is back and has been told by Yoshi to get Majima to target Chisato.
I wouldn't be surprised if Yoshimatsu is a Yoshi, honestly. He seems like the type to evade taxes.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd probably try to evade taxes.
He is a shady fuck. He is
Yeah.
a shady
I mean, he's
fuck.
a manipulative dipshit, and he was already manipulating Mika.
Mm.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Mika's gay, which was a very pleasant surprise. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Least of all, in a anime that is likely to be Yuri bait.
Well, my hopes are now up that if they're willing to have a
Oh yeah, no.
have a
Yeah,
gay
you're
character,
right.
then
Actually, I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
It's much more likely to happen now that we actually have a confirmed gay character
I mean,
Yeah.
in the series.
it's
Let's
gonna hurt
go.
all the more when they don't get together.
Yeah.
No, I'm not giving up hope. No, I don't.
Yeah,
no.
going back to episode 6, very interesting bit of lore that just again is just chucked out there and then not brought up again. Really, there are boy licorice called Lily Bells.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that.
that's crazy. What?
Also, there's a bit of Chisato having an artificial heart.
That was episode 5.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that was
episode
a
5.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, as an idle thought I had was there's apparently enough serious crime in Japan to need both male and female teen assassins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This Japan has a lot more going on. Clearly.
Seems like a lot of shit going on. To be
Yeah.
fair, a lot of shit goes on, and there have been quite a few Lycoris deaths so far, so
Yeah.
There's no one named so far yet.
yeah.
So I think I'm tempting fate there.
Another great Chisto line. Oh, drats, they took my poncho.
Yeah.
She's still great. I really love her.
No, she's perfection.
And Majima now has a murder boner for Chisto.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Hmm.
Characters like him always help the strongest murder boners for so many different people.
Yeah.
And yeah, Takano winning at rock paper scissors at the end was so fucking adorable.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was great.
And her cheering.
Yeah. Absolute sweethearts.
Yeah.
Chisto also no-sold an attempted isekaiing.
Oh
Yeah, that was great. I also, how the fuck did Majima survive the rocket launcher?
Probably the
How did
same
he
way.
survive that?
Probably the same way he survived the fucking radio tower explosion.
Yeah.
That dude is made of fucking iron. He has super hearing and all, but like, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Super hearing, he knows where shit's gonna be, I guess. I don't know. That's he's crafty.
But yes, episode 7. For all of Takano and Chisto's skills, art is not one of them.
Yeah.
Art is most definitely not one of them.
I mean, at least Chisto's passable as a very low-level manga artist. I have no idea what the fuck Takino was doing.
Yeah.
Takano gave him a clover nose.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chisto's was closer, if only because of the hair color.
Also, going back to the previous episode real quick, I do love Mizuki's Carfu. That was really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the whole investigation not going great because idiots, one and all, but it's still really fun seeing them interact and bounce off each other
Yeah.
throughout all of this. Because Chisto and Takino just have an amazing dynamic.
They do have very good chemistry, yeah. I mean, there was a lot to love from episode 7. We got the return of Fuki and Sakura, if I recall correctly. And there's definitely something between Fuki and Mika that is more than just professional respect.
Yeah.
I mean, too bad she's barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, she very much
unfortunately.
is. She very much is.
I was like, when I was watching the episode, I was like, oh, that's cute. She has a crush on him. I was like, later in the episode, oh, she has no chance.
Yeah.
She's fucked.
I don't think she had one in the first place, but you know.
I didn't think she had one in the first place, but like the reveal that Mika is gay just like nuked any chances into oblivion.
Yeah.
Also,
she's not very nice in general, so
yeah.
you know.
The 4 girls trying to act natural when Mika came back was hilarious.
Also, just love the Mizuki and Chisto like instantly saying like, no, if it's Kusunoki, it's not a date, it's business.
Yeah.
Which is nice foreshadowing, actually.
It's not really foreshadowing, it's them basically saying, yeah, he's gay.
Well, it wasn't revealed until after. I
mean,
it wasn't fully revealed after that conversation, but it's like, oh yeah, that's a nice hint as to what that is.
Well, wasn't it that like I don't think there was much time between them to them saying if it's Kusunoki, it's not a date, and then I think it was Yoshi turning up and them going, "Oh, it could be a date," and Kurumi and Takeda going, "Wait, what?"
There's a few scenes between those, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember. They're very close in my notes, so I assumed they were close overall.
Mm.
Takeda and Chisto's undercover outfits are just moi,
Yeah.
just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
As were the mid cards for this episode.
Absolutely love the mid cards, but yeah, all their outfits are really great. But that student dress duets between Takina and Chisto was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. And yeah, Chisto being sad makes me sad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do like the little bit of stuff, the stuff with Kurumi too. It's nice that we actually get like follow up on her hacking the DA at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't realized that they didn't know that it was her until now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that was a shock for all involved. And yeah, it's Yoshi is just a shady motherfucker. And
Yeah.
Well, I am already starting to hate his guts.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Chisto is slowly, learning that. Um, Meanwhile, of course, Majima is declaring war on the Lycoris, and may have, found a way to track down the DA's location.
Yep.
Oh
That
boy.
can only go well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we should, move now on to today's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Where, a good 70-80% of it is, again, just Takuna and Chisato being adorable and funny.
Yeah.
And then Majima breaks into Chisito's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did say, oh, I was ready to laugh at Chisato ignoring the calls, but being held at gunpoint is less funny.
Yeah.
Decidedly less funny, yes.
To be fair, it means less for Chisato than it does most other people, but...
Oh yeah, no, she just straight up dodges bullets at point blank range.
Even Majima was like, how the fuck do you do that? That's so cool.
And Chisato's basically like, wouldn't you like to know?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, a large part of the episode is taken up by Takina basically making the business profitable again.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
Poop flan.
Yeah.
Or a poop parfait.
I love the bit where they realize it long before Takina does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I imagine part of the financial issue is that they suddenly have two other people there that and didn't get a similar increase in income.
Mm-hmm.
Because while Takina, they very specifically didn't say that Takina was being covered by the DA. It was only Chisato.
Huh. Yeah, you're right, actually.
So I don't think that they're getting any money for Takina, and they are especially not getting any money for Kurumi.
Yeah, because they don't know who Kurumi is or why she's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they actually executed the plan to fake her death to perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Still fucking awesome bit, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole thing, then we get the subplot of episode 8, which is Yoshimasu's secretary posing as a nurse at the place where Chisato is supposed to get her checkup.
Well,
Yeah,
we talked a little bit about the conversation with Majima. We didn't actually go into it in any detail. First of all, I love the pettiness of Chisato serving Majima coffee, despite him saying he doesn't like things. That was great.
Then
But
he just plops a sugar cube in there.
yeah, but so is the radio tower explosion what caused Chisato to need the artificial heart?
That is very
Because
possible.
the timings do line up, if I recall correctly. Because it
Yeah.
was 10 years ago that
10 years ago,
she
yep.
got it.
Also, Chisato in that fucking flashback was a demon.
She was, yeah.
Yep.
She just fucking murdered a lot of, well, faux murdered a
I don't
lot
think
of
she actually
people.
killed anyone.
No,
Yeah.
she didn't actually kill anyone, which is
Yeah,
weird.
faux
'cause,
murders
like,
a lot of
It's
people.
impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, Tarkina forces Chisato to go to a physical where Yoshi's assistant is undercover. Yoshi's assistant drugs her and starts to fiddle with her heart. Thankfully,
Which can only ever be a good sign.
because Tarkina got even more more paranoid after Majima was just chilling in Chisato's apartment. She is now on the way, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
That paid off real quick, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You expect some kind of planting to take a little bit longer to pay off, but hey, I'm not complaining.
Also, Tarkina has been around for about 6 months in the cafe.
Oh
Because
wow, that's how long it's been.
they said or Chisato said that Tarkina arrived with the cherry blossoms, or when the cherry blossoms were blooming, and
Oh yeah.
this episode they were doing Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I do love the bit where Chisato is begging for the Halloween candy from Takina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we are rapidly approaching 15 minutes. So, any last thoughts before we move on?
This show's really damn good.
Yeah.
That's all.
Really damn good. I
Yeah.
am concerned about Chisato and Mika though, because Yoshimatsu seems to be definitely trying to do some shady shit with them.
Well, yeah. My
Yeah.
last thing is that Yoshi says that the gifts are from God, so they'll always happen. But he's putting a lot of effort in to get Chisato killing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means that he is either a hypocrite or has a very, very specific agenda that lines up with those beliefs.
Anyway, yes, we do need to move on. So we move on to my stepmom's daughter is my ex.
So these past few episodes have been interesting because past couple episodes have focused on a new character, seen here, who is introduced as Mizuto's new friend, Isana Higashira. And so what's interesting about her is that she's mostly just portrayed as someone who vibes well with Mizuto, but when the other two girls try to suggest that she has romantic interest in him, she's very not off put by the suggestion, but very confused by it. And even though she does go along and try to see about asking him out, when he turns her down, she just takes it in stride and is like, "Nothing wrong with being friends, right?" So I do like her. She is an interesting character, and she does have a very different dynamic with the with both Mizuto and the other girls. What's also interesting is why Mizuto turns her down, which is because he doesn't feel like he has. He feels like he's too preoccupied with another girl who is basically all but stated to be Yume, and he doesn't feel like he could open up space in his heart for Isana, which is also very interesting and adds so much complexity to their the already complex dynamic between Yume and Mizuto. Like, I do like that the show delves into all the complications that go with having two uh, two exes being step siblings, because it could so easily just use that as a base premise and just not riff off of that at all. But instead, there's actually exploring the complexities of these feelings and how they are still impacting them, and more or less prevent them from actually becoming a romantic item again, even if they have feelings that they would like to act on. it's fascinating, thing that actually get explored rather than used for fetish fuel like domestic girlfriends. That fucking series, I swear to God. But yeah, I do like the Issa and the new dynamic she brings to the cast. What's also funny was the episode before she got introduced had Mizuto and Yume go over to Akatsuki and Kogura's place, and the two basically live like door to each other and have been lifelong friends slash rivals, and all sorts of shenanigans ensue, including but not limited to Kogure pissing Mizuto off and Mizuto responding by reading out loud some Kogure's really shitty poetry so that the girls next door could overhear him. And of course, Akatsuki tricking Yume into thinking, oh, mixing drinks at the soda fountain is cool, actually. Just mix like 5 different drinks together and you get your own cool special cocktail. That's totally a thing that people do. It is not a thing that people do normally.
No.
Most, it's 2 drinks. I do not see people mixing more than 2 drinks at the soda fountain. Yeah, no, this is fun. Kind of trashy, but mostly fun. Trying to think about anything else to add, but I'm drawing up a blank. It's not a bad show. It's trashy fun, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then moving on to the Juggernaut, One Piece.
The Juggernaut. Oh boy.
So where are we at?
I'm just
I
gonna say
know.
it. Chapter 1010 is most recent present time episode adaptation. They got to the part where Luffy punches Kaido with the special move, and gotta say, I'm actually not a big a fan of the fact they chose to go with. Felt a bit overmuch compared to the manga being very simple and straightforward. I really like the manga paneling of that chapter and Luffy landing really devastating blows on Kaido, and that got taken way up to 11, and in my opinion was a bit too far with all this special effects stuff going on in this episode.
It can be that way sometimes.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the episode yet. I have seen that scene for myself, and it is gorgeous, but I do
It is gorgeous.
I do agree to a certain degree.
Look, it looks great, but it does feel a bit overmuch for what is being done.
Yeah.
Especially with the manga being so simple
Yeah.
by comparison.
Yeah.
The manga is just quick, clean, and brutal in that fight sequence. Yeah, no, it's still good. I also really like the wrap up to the Supernovas versus Emperors fight sequence. That was really cool. What's also fun is just like the setup for the next stage of the Onigashima raid, like all the pieces moving into place and all that stuff. And I do like all of Luffy gearing up to fight Kaido on his own.
Yeah, gearing up to fight Kaido on his gearing up. Gearing up.
Yes.
You see? I see what you did. You do that on purpose, or was that just accident?
Maybe.
Okay.
Look, we'll get to this special chapter in about, I want to say 6 months, 8 months or so. It'll be a while.
Yeah.
That was like 34 chapters after the one that got adapted here. So
Mm,
yeah, we're looking at.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, Nmbr. I know.
I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
I want to see it too. I'm very
Uh,
impatient. And also, I want to hear the soundtrack for that bit.
Me
'Cause
too. Part of it
have you
leaked,
actually heard?
apparently.
Have you actually? Yeah, the soundtrack for that is actually pretty rad.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
wild.
I am very curious as to how they are going to do that in the anime.
Mm-hmm.
But spoilers aside, still a fun batch of episodes. I just kind of wish they hadn't gone so ham on the Conquerors hockey stuff.
Yeah. What before we move on, I do have a question. Did you watch the Film Red tie-in episode?
I did not because I
Okay.
don't think I'll be able to watch Film Red anytime soon.
Well, it's not gonna be out until like this fall anyways, so
Yeah,
but
I know. I don't see really much of a point in watching it since you know stuff.
yeah. Okay. I did watch that. Um
How
and there's
was it?
um it's cute, not super substantial, although like there's a follow-up to it this week. Um it's
Oh,
cute.
lovely.
It's just Uta and Luffy meeting his children. There's some interesting stuff between Shanks and Uta. Cuz like Uta sees the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And he's like, "Is that for me?" And Shanks is like, "No, no, it's not for you." I'm like,
Unless you want
"Hmm,
to bet it was for a certain playing card shaped character who is related to Luffy.
possibly, maybe." I could see that. Also, this like because this episode takes place before Luffy, gave himself that scar under his eye, so he looks kind of weird throughout it. It's
Oh, that is so
It's
awkward.
it's so weird. It's like because I was watching it with a couple friends and we're like, "Oh my god, Luffy, just stab yourself already, please. You look so weird without the scar." Oh goodness. Um, but yeah, it's just Luffy and Uta meeting and hanging out a bit. But it's cute. It's a cute little thing. So
That's nice.
yeah, but I think we can move on.
All right.
Okay, moving on to Orient Cour 2.
I am of very mixed opinions on these past three episodes because,
Okay.
on the one hand, the first episode doesn't do anything offensively egregious beyond, having cannibalism among the main antagonists. That's fun. So basically, Michiru frees Musashi, but then her quote unquote siblings come over, and they are giant beast monsters, and they try to eat her. Or rather, eat Musashi, and then she steps in the way, and they try to eat her. And then when that doesn't work, they eat one of their siblings and roid up that way. So that's disturbing. But then the heroes turn the tables, and so on and so forth, and we see some fancy new magic stuff with swords, which is fun. And then the next episode happens, and I am very not happy with the next episode.
Oh,
So basically, it has Michiru get abducted by her shithead father at one point after two of the other main villains show up and do a bunch of dickery. So one of the villains, Shiro, the teleporting black sword dude, sends Musashi and Michiru over to asshole dad, and he basically petrifies Michiru to take her out for a bit, then unpetrifies her and erases her memories just because he sees her as a tool and wanted to do a factory reset, basically. And then her memories start peeking through, and then Musashi gets punted back to where he was, and she's still stuck there to undergo endless factory resets for all we know. which is very irritating. I hate
Mm.
amnesia as a plot device, especially when it's that kind of amnesia. Like total, complete absence of knowledge, of memory and knowledge. Really fucking irritating, especially when it's a major character. But then the next episode is a tactician battle, which is really fun because you get to do all sorts of anime bullshit one-upsmanship, which is always a treat if done well, and I think it was done well.
That's good.
So it's basically this lady who, Kyoko, who's on the protagonist side, dueling with trying to remember the dude's name. He is one of the three main antagonists who is present for this. So many names to remember. The show has a lot of characters. Seiroku. That's it. Seiroku. Yeah, Kyoko and Seiroku basically duking out in a strategy battle, trying to one up each other. Kuroko. That's right, Kuroko, not Kyoko. I get that wrong. Anyways, they strategize it out, and Kuroko comes out on top by basically getting all her chess pieces rightly aligned because she put out a gambit to weed out any spies in the organization and planted information based around her figuring out who the spies were, which is pretty fucking clever. And how she weeded out the spies was by having her clan's banner on the ground and observing who stepped on the banner. Because a loyal member of the clan would not step on the clan's flag. They
Makes
would
sense.
purposely go around it.
Yeah.
Was that Mil?
Makes sense.
So she figured out the spies through that way and fed them false information to get the upper hand. So I do like it when a good strategy comes together like that.
Mm.
It's very nice to see that game of one-upsmanship play off in an interesting way that makes actual sense and is actually showcased throughout the prior episode. Because if you pay attention, looking throughout the episode, you see characters actually stepping onto the flag banner, who are the spies. It's not like pointed out or anything, but it's noticeable. Yeah. It's there still.
Yeah. It is always nice when shows do have that attention to detail.
Mm-hmm. So I will give the show props for that. My big concern at this point is just what the show is going to do with Michiru, because I am very concerned that she is going to get killed off to motivate the protagonist, which is one of my least favorite tropes ever. I will be very mad if she gets killed off for no good reason. Just a very fucking dumb trope, and one that needs to die.
One that needs to get stuffed in the fridge.
Because it doesn't even deserve that dignity. Be taken out back and shot. Anyways, still, I'm overall enjoying this.
Is there less dignity in being taken out back and shot than stuffed in a fridge?
You're right. You're right. They should get covered in orange juice and fed to an anthill.
Yeesh.
Bill will know that is actually a reference to something.
Yeah, I definitely do. I don't remember what, but I'm sure it is a reference to something.
Files.
Oh, Dressing
Remember
Files.
what he does to that ghoul?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was orange juice, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no. Stuff in the fridge, one of my least favorite tropes ever, and I hope it dies a painful, agonizing death. Unfortunately, that will never happen because it is a writing shortcut that far too many writers are happy to use. I'm ready to move on at this point.
Alright. So, moving on to Parallel World Pharmacy.
This has
Show.
been a fun set of episodes.
Yeah, this is. I'm so blown away by how good this show is.
Like high tier isekai. Jesus.
Yeah, this is a weirdly high tier isekai. I wouldn't expect a show called Parallel World Pharmacy to be like in the higher echelon of isekai, but here it is.
I know, it's actually surprisingly good.
Yeah. Oh man. Where did we leave off last time? Trying to remember. Was it did we just talk about episode 3 then?
Yeah, episode 3, because remember, this drops on Sundays, so it's right after we do our
Yeah.
check-ins.
You're right. Okay. Um
Yeah,
okay. I'm running
so it's
I'm running through each episode here cuz it's been a bit.
a hot minute for me too.
Yeah, okay. So
Most
episode
recent episode
4.
is the one with the beach.
Yeah. Okay, so episode 4, um the Empress's treatment is going well. And she grants Pharma his own pharmacy. Which is built like immediately. And yeah. And is it and it comes to be known as Parallel World Pharmacy, which even he says is silly, but it apparently has a
it pops up like because he was musing about
yeah.
he was musing about it being a parallel world pharmacy.
Yeah. Um and
Yeah.
Episode 5, the pharmacy.
That's the
What was that? I'm sorry.
passion.
Oh yeah.
Cosmetic
Cosmetics. Yeah, cosmetics. The pharmacy's struggling a little bit because Pharma is
he's a noble.
Yeah, he's a noble. He's of a high class family, and yeah, that doesn't really that intimidates a lot of people from actually even checking it out as a new pharmacy. But
So he decides to go decides to go about a clever way of he decides to take a clever route and whatchamacallit. He decides to advertise cosmetics to upper class women and have that advertisement percolate throughout the population from there.
Yeah, because someone who comes into the pharmacy, she got rejected by the one she loves, because her skin isn't like white enough, and she was like, I think it was called like bloodletting.
Yeah,
Doing that in order to make and she was doing that to make herself appear, paler. But so he, to help her and to help other people who are using like this toxic actual primitive makeup,
because it's lead based and shit.
Yeah, jeez.
Never great.
Yeah, he develops a new one that helps take care of the skin and does all that jazz, and it does really well, and that basically kickstarts the pharmacy into performing.
Yeah.
So, there's that, and then episode 6,
One with the beach and the evil church.
Yeah, Pharma's sister almost drowns. And in an attempt to save her, he accidentally creates a giant hole in the ocean. And
a massive hole.
Yeah. And
he only gets rid of the seawater, nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else. And it's I'd be a little freaked out too if I saw that. But
apparently some kid notices it from way away and we don't know about the kid, and that's like kind of an asshole, but I'll let it slide.
Yeah. But this catches the attention of some sort of church or holy order, something like that.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, who they catch on to this, and they think the boy is a heretic, so they plan to fucking kill Pharma. So
Lovely.
again, the kid doesn't have a shadow, and he's doing shit like that. Like they're not in the right, but I do understand why they'd be a bit a
I
bit
understand the freak out
scared.
reaction, but murder seems a bit excessive, especially since he
Yeah,
hasn't done anything wrong.
yeah. Don't do that.
Murder is not an ideal solution to your problems, good sirs.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just like apparently I don't know if they're the ones who did it or if it's just some disgruntled businessmen, but someone decided to yeet a cart full of manure at Pharma's pharmacy.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
great.
I forgot about that bit. Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Fortunately, nothing seriously valuable was damaged, like the stuff in the back, but
Yeah.
still takes a while to clean that shit up. And then
Yeah.
Pharma gets lured out by some lady pretending that her dad is sick.
Yeah. And that's where an inquisitor confronts him, and he's surrounded by this holy order. So he's gonna have to deal with that now. So it sounds like Pharma is certainly in some deep shit, huh? You see what I did there?
Hey,
'Cause of yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm so funny. But yeah, yeah. This show is shockingly good. I still, it's so weird to me. I never would have thought I would have liked this show as much as I do. Oh goodness. But yeah, really fun. I'm curious to see where things go from here and how pharma's are gonna become more widespread at this rate, and I'm curious as to how people are going to react to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do like his thing in episode 5 where he hires on all those ladies, even those, especially those who have basically been blacklisted for the unfortunate sin of giving birth to a child.
Yeah, that's so fucked.
And
But
he even
yeah,
gives the outright is like, "Hey, let's throw a maternity leave."
that's
So
fantastic.
it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. Like, why are more isekai protagonists not like this?
Yeah.
Why are so many isekai protagonists bent on having slaves?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, so many of them are focused on buying slaves.
Like, dude, just revolutionize the world and make like maternal leave like a normal thing. Do good for society rather than contributing to its ills.
Yeah.
Damn incels.
Aside from that, I'm very happy that Pharma is more than just, typical isekai protagonist with like no personality.
Yeah, and also his actions have consequences, and his past life informs his present life actions.
Yeah, it's yeah, that especially. Oh god, so
Uh,
many isekai where the past life has nothing to do with the new life. It's just,
Time to start wrapping it up, folks.
Oh, right. Okay.
sorry,
Yeah,
but
this
yeah,
is a great show.
yeah, really good stuff.
Yeah. Can't wait to see what happens next, but we can move on then.
Moving
Yeah,
on then to Phantom of the Idol.
objection, Your Honor. Look, I
uh
had that screenshot as soon as I saw it.
the Idol fans are very funny in this show. I like them.
They're great.
Yeah.
Are you caught up, Mill? Or are you not watching this one?
I'm not watching this one.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I do like that we've gotten a couple episodes focused on the fans so far. That's all. It's pretty nice to see that. Even
Yeah.
if some of them are a bit more extra than others.
Yeah.
Green hair just goes super ham all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think she has any breaks.
I mean, you
Yeah.
see how she dresses on a daily basis.
Yeah, that is true. So the cast in this show is pretty fun. I do love the rival idol. What's his name?
Um.
Satoshi, right?
All
Satoshi.
right.
I love how obsessed he becomes with Yuya.
Yeah.
Just it's just he's so intense about everything, and it's absolutely hilarious
Yeah.
to contrast that with
Yeah.
Mioto.
He's like an actual tsundere, actually, because because he hates Nyoto, but at the same time,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's really fun is whatchamacallit, him just absolutely I don't want to say it's a crush, but his reaction to Yuya's Asahi like reactions, not realizing
Mhm.
that it's Asahi in there,
Yeah.
very funny. Also,
Yeah.
his reaction to Nyoto saying, "Oh yeah, it's fine if you have more than one favorite. I don't mind." It's like it's Satoshi treats it like infidelity,
Mhm.
like he's endorsing infidelity.
Yeah, it's a sin to have more than one idol that you support. That's crazy.
That's weird. Yeah, the Idol fans have been a treat, and I do like the Satoshi episodes as well. I also just love the bit in I think it's episode 6 or 7 where they're doing the meet and greet and Yuya does his self-deprecating thing and one of his new fans just instantly falls for it.
Oh yeah, that was.
That was a cute moment.
Oh.
That was a
Um.
really cute. Everyone's just like, "Wait, what the fuck happened?"
And Asahi is like, "Oh wow, your way of doing this is odd, but it works."
Yeah. Oh, there's only 2 more episodes left of this.
Wait,
What?
really? What? Is it only
Yeah, it's
10
10
episodes?
episodes.
What?
Yeah, that's what High Dive says. Oh, yeah, it's 10 episodes.
What
Jeez.
the hell? Uh oh wow, that's weird. All right. Okay.
Wild. Okay.
This one's ending early. Wow.
My goodness. Started pretty early,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, the whole Idol Festival thing was great.
Mhm.
I especially love the where Yuya brings along Yoshino and it's like, what were you asked to bring along? A friend.
That was cute.
That was cute.
Yeah.
It really was.
And all the fans go crazy.
Fans go absolutely fucking insane over
Yeah.
this. Which, yeah, yeah, not surprising.
Yeah. I like Yoshino.
Yoshino's great.
He,
He's
he's
just
just he's just a sweet idol boy, and he only wants everyone to be happy.
yeah. He's just such a nice sunshine boy who has so little confidence in himself, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you
Yeah.
had anything else, I think we
I
can
think we
move
covered
on.
just about everything so far. This was very fun. I
It's a fun time, yeah.
yeah. A nice little twist on the usual idle shit. But I think we can move on.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Number, it's your favorite show next.
Oh, shut up. No, I'm not going to hear that from you. Shut up. Shut up.
Moving on to Rent a Girlfriend Season 2.
you're gonna ask me why am I still watching, despite like not liking it at all. Well, it's a car crash that I just cannot look away from. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out where I left off here. Okay, so episode 16. Wait, was that it? No. Episode 17. Episode 17. Kazuya goes shopping with Sumi to find a birthday present for Chizuru. Which is actually kind of cute. I kind of liked that. But the present he somehow settles on is a box of pickled plums, which is fucking dumb, but Chizuru enjoyed it, so I guess that works. Episode 18, Kazuya is invited out to go drinking with some friends of his, and it turns out that and he didn't know this, there's a group of girls there too. What's that thing called? Oh, it's a mixer. Yeah, it was basically a mixer.
Right.
But it turns out that a girl in that group is Chizuru, but it's Chizuru under her alias that she goes by at school, so no one knows that she's a Renta girlfriend. And he's concerned that, I guess they're both kind of concerned that the cover will be blown because Kazuya's friends know that his fake girlfriend's name is Chizuru, but they just think at first it's a coincidence. But luckily, when they start catching on, by that point they're already drunk, so the cover is not blown. But they tease Chizuru a lot there because this is to celebrate, I think, Chizuru's her birthday. She's now allowed to drink, but they tease her for it, and basically to get her off her case, Kazuya starts making an ass out of himself, intentionally at least. And
I was gonna say,
yeah, he gets at this point. It's in this case, it's actually justified. It's actually I don't want to say classy move, but a respectable one for what he's trying to do here. Of course, in the process, though, he gets absolutely wasted. And yeah, Chizuru has to take care of him a little bit. So there is that. Let's see. Episode 19. Let's see. What happened in episode 19? Oh, right. So Ruka stays at goes over to Kazuya's place and makes dinner for him. As she would want to do, yeah. And because of a major storm, she's not able to go home, so she stays at Kazuya's place. And
that's a recipe for disaster.
yeah, it I mean, it almost was, but Kazuya manages to keep it in his pants, despite Ruka trying to, get him into action. But she basically starts self-deprecating, and he's like, "No, you're adorable. I'm under a lot of pressure right now. I just don't want to do this right now." And so she was happy to hear that. But and then the episode 20, what the hell happened in episode? Wait. Oh no, I'm an episode behind. Oh, episode 19. Wait, what? Oh, was that only half an episode? Oh,
I've heard
right.
episode 20 is very dull.
Yeah, I haven't seen episode 20. No, I haven't seen it. It just came out like yesterday. Okay. And then so after that, Mommy shows up at Kazuya's workplace and discovers that officially speaking, he's dating Ruka. So she starts doing some digging, and she starts putting some pieces together and realizes that yes, Chizuru was at Kazuya's place the other day when she was trying to see him. So yeah, she's trying to figure out what the hell is going on by basically stalking their Twitters, and then I think she starts following Kazuya's family's business Twitter, and that's where it left off for me.
Right.
So yeah,
So who's best girl and who's worst girl so far?
they're all terrible. Like what? What do you want me
Excellent.
to say? No, Chizuru
I
kind of
don't disagree.
Chizuru kind of by default, but she's not amazing. But yeah, it's just yeah, Kazuya is still terrible. But he at least has a few somewhat decent moments. I can give him points for that at least. But you know, but yeah, this show is still trash.
I will reiterate the question of why are you still watching this?
Because I don't know. I have this feeling that I just have to. I don't know why. But
There
I
is a point where you will need to get off this train before you are run over.
no. I think I'm in it for the by this point, unfortunately.
Girl, you need help.
Yeah.
God, imagine if it had a similar ending to Domestic Girlfriend.
Oh no! If that happened, then this is a 10 out of 10 show. Are you crazy? Oh no! Come on! No, that's that.
Who would be who in that scenario? Who would be
Yeah.
the Coma Strats person, and who would be the Cucky?
I don't know. We haven't. Kazuya needs to get closer to another character. But oh yeah, I guess Chizuru would be the one in a coma. I don't know who. I guess he would probably be marrying either Mami or Ruka. Which yeah,
He would be engaged to one of them, and then he'd dump them for Coma Chizuru, right?
yeah, exactly. But yeah, we can move on.
On that pleasant note, we move on to Rwby Ice Queendom.
Hell yeah.
God, this show's so much freaking better than Rent a Girlfriend. Oh my god.
It is leaps and bounds above it, yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I most recent episode had one of my favorite bits with all the chibi wices.
Yeah, that was
fun.
that was great. Oh goodness. That's I like that a lot.
Well,
Lot going on. I'm more curious as to how we're ending this, because it's like things seem like they're wrapping up, and we're only at like episode we're at episode 8
Evan was
tomorrow.
most
yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're at episode 8, and it seems like things are probably going to wrap up there. So it's like,
Yeah, how
what are
do
we
they
doing?
What
end the season?
Yeah.
no idea how the hell they're going to keep this going or wrap up
Because I don't
Yeah.
think
at all.
they've already dragged this out as long as possible. I don't think they can drag it out another like 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
No, I do feel like this will end before episode 10.
Yeah.
The question is how.
Yeah.
Because like they've set the stakes pretty firmly that like this is the last stream dive they get.
Yeah.
And they've done a pretty damn good job with this in this iteration of Dream.
Yeah. I do like how doing certain things in the dream do actually have an impact on Weiss, on Nega Weiss as they call her, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's starting to slowly but surely realize what is going on here. Something isn't right.
By the way, I absolutely love Yang's sass about Nega Weiss.
I was gonna say, throughout episode 5 in particular, Yang is just fucking dragging Weiss the entire time. Anytime Yang speaks,
hilarious.
it's to fucking shit on Weiss. And it's so unfair when she
Great.
can't defend herself.
Blake does the defending, even then it's more just like, Yang, stop. Also, just love the chemistry that Yang and Blake have in these episodes.
Yeah.
Not really plot relevant, but still great chemistry between those two, as there always
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But the whole team dynamic is great, and I do like that they all have different views on Weiss and why she's like this,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and what doing this will do for her.
Yeah. I'm surprised that John is relevant in this story.
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
weird,
expect that. Yeah, I
but it
didn't
makes
expect
sense
that.
actually.
It does make
Yeah.
sense. It's just weird.
I mean, I noted down at the end of episode 6, John may be regretting volunteering, and then John is definitely regretting volunteering,
Yeah.
Yep.
which was around the time they were saying, "Oh yeah, he could die in there, no big deal."
Yep. I do like that his immunization manifests as him having basically a cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's already had it, but he's still got the sniffles because he had it.
Mm. Um,
Yeah.
I'm glad that
I do like.
I'm
Oh,
glad
go
that we
ahead.
got a couple of instances of Rwby messing up which end of her gun fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are always great. It's like,
I
oh,
also love the
wrong
bit with the bit with Yang and Blake stream weapons. Like, Yang hits like a fucking cannon, and Blake can just beat her thing into oblivion and still have the ribbon attached.
one.
Meanwhile, Jean has a heavy sword and cape that he can't actually use.
Yeah, that's funny.
Weiss thinks he's useless, and to be fair, she's not entirely wrong about early John.
Yeah, John at this point in the story is very limited when he's actually capable of.
Hey,
Yeah. He is not very physically
Jean
gifted.
caused a shit ton of chaos,
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
yeah. Not wrong.
releasing a bunch of infectious kid vices.
That was great. The rampage of the mini Weisses was absolutely phenomenal.
Until they stopped becoming mini, and then, you know,
Yeah,
obviously,
giants. Like,
yeah.
Kaiju baby Weisses.
yeah.
And of course, Weiss decided to stop fucking around, summon the snowstorm and robotic Big Nicholas.
hmm I also like the confrontation in the previous episode with Weiss, where it's Rwby and Blake versus her and her minions. Because that gave an opportunity to have a Blake and Rwby confront Weiss about her dickishness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy that Blake acknowledges that Weiss does want to change and that she's trying to help her out here.
Yeah.
I mean, do keep in mind that this dreamscape isn't entirely Weiss's thing.
Yeah.
It's very heavily influenced by the nightmare Grim infecting her.
Yeah, the
And
nightmare
bringing
is
out her worst impulses.
the nightmare is just amplifying all of her worst traits.
Yeah. It was interesting that Weiss had Snake Way in her mind, or in her dream.
Yeah.
Also, just I find it interesting that Dream Pure is also playing a role in this.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I guess I should have anticipated that because it's Pyrrha and Weiss loves her. So, yeah.
Yes, Weiss definitely loves her.
Yeah.
Look, the show does not make it hard to insinuate that.
Oh, there's plenty of there's plenty of White Rose bait in this too.
Oh yeah, a lot of White Rose ship.
There's so much. They aren't subtle.
Yeah, even a few bits with Bumblebee too.
Yeah.
Namely, anytime those two interact, because that's how they interact.
Interesting ship name.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those.
Rwby has so many goddamn ship names. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'd tell you to look them up, but you'd probably go insane from the sheer size of it. Oh, and scope of it.
Yeah.
I did like when Rwby was talking to Team Juniper, and suddenly had to come up with a diplomatic way to say Weiss thinks they're idiots who should be locked up.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. Of course, that's not the actual truth. The truth is that apparently Weiss does consider them precious and they need to be locked up for safety or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are still called the Sillies, and they are still going.
yeah.
What was it, Mew Mew?
Yeah.
So even if Weiss considers them precious, that's still not the most flattering depiction.
No, not at
No,
all.
she also keeps Dream Ruby locked up in a tower because she's so precious to her.
Yeah.
And Dream Yang.
Which, yeah, but the emphasis is much more strongly on Ruby.
Also, is Sleepy Klein the best choice? The best Klein choice for guarding the door?
No, what? I don't know what Weiss was thinking there.
Yeah. Just seems poor choice. I liked how they got into once they reached the theater, they got into fight positions, and then Yang suddenly just stood up and blithely summoned the phone and started the call. Like
That was funny.
Like they
that was so funny.
Like they seemed ready for a fight, and then Yang goes, "Oh yeah, the phone call. Moshi Moshi. Oh no, it's been destroyed. Who could have seen this coming?"
Great use of a coin there.
Yeah.
Great use of a coin.
Rwby has been cut by the thorns, which I seem to recall was a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for that to pay off at some point. Well, there wasn't any specifics given, but it didn't seem like it was a good thing. That's for sure. Oh yeah, just when Weiss first saw them on top of the train, just imagining her thinking, "Why the fuck is Jean there?"
that'd be great.
That is funny.
Okay, I get why Ruby's there. I get why Yang's there. I get why Blake is there. Why the fuck is Jean there? Why did you guys bring Jean with you? Surely you would bring somebody else. But yeah, shit has hit the fan with robotic Big Nicholas about to start stomping on shit.
That could be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Sure, everything will be absolutely perfect.
Oh, totally.
But I don't think there's anything else off the top of my head. I mean, the animation for what was it? Which bit was it? I think it was Blake versus Weiss when Blake like distracted Weiss during episode 6. That was very that was well animated. I think how Blake got away was very slick, if I recall correctly. I need to put down more than that was slick. Something was apparently slick, but I think that was what it was.
That was slick.
Because it's between me summarizing Yang going, "We don't have time to address your insecurities. You're doing fine," and another Grumpy Klein, no.
Yep.
Grumpy Klein got the brunt of the punishment in these episodes.
Rip.
Yeah, I think that's everything I can think of anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on to Shadow's House Season 2.
Oh boy, stuff has happened. Unsurprisingly. This is a very plot-heavy show, but there are also fun shenanigans here and there. I love that screenshot. Rip Milico, I guess.
Hmm. Is there any reason she's tied up to a chair and has decided to?
Yeah, she got she basically has been light sort of ish brainwashed.
Right,
And Kate tied her up to keep her from doing anything stupid while she was under the effects of what wasn't really brainwashing, but what was kind of brainwashing. So basically, living dolls like Emilico are fed or are given tea that brainwashes them, but because a couple of living dolls smashed the tea, uh, they were unable to get their weekly dosage. So uh, the Starbearers, the people in charge of the children's wing of the Shadow's House, freaked out and made their own brew that doesn't actually have the brainwashing effect, but is very high in caffeine to basically simulate the effects of the brainwashing to kind of placebo them into the living dolls into having the effect
right.
without having stuff on hand.
Hmm.
And for those who are already snapped out of brainwashing like Emilico, the stuff wears off in like a few hours.
Right.
Yeah, she still had to be tied up because she was acting super hyper and like she was brainwashed. But anyways, a lot of context, Jesus. Um, so past few episodes have had a midnight meeting between the four main shadows: Kate, Patrick, John, and Luis. Where Kate tries to get the others to help her out with her plans, then realizes she's acting very self-centered and decides to befriend the others and work to befriend the others instead. And that winds up helping her convince them to actually help her out with her plans. So that was a neat little wrinkle. What's also fun is the next couple episodes focus on like them trying to figure out how to execute on those plans and investigating stuff. And there are a few fun wrinkles in this, namely Luis realizing that she's been treating Lou, her living doll, like a tool rather than a person, and Patrick realizing that he has caught feelings not for another shadow, but for Emilico, who he's not supposed to catch feelings for because
Right.
she is not a shadow. So very fun little wrinkles here and there in the story, and I feel like things are starting to gear up for more reveals sooner rather than later. Don't know when that'll kick in, but we're about midway through the season, so it should be soonish. Yeah, I'm really liking the character development all of these characters are getting, and I am liking the newer shadows we've been introduced to. Some of the Starbearers seem like really interesting characters, especially Oliver, who is the resident mad scientist of the group.
Right.
I do like a good mad scientist type.
Any
Yeah,
signs
no,
of
this.
Cloverworks sneaking in?
What do you mean?
I mean, any signs of Cloverworks fucking things up, sneaking in?
No, no, nothing like that. From what I can tell, from what I've heard, this is being pretty faithful to the manga, and also this is very well paced.
Right.
It's not like moving at breakneck speeds or moving incredibly sluggishly or anything like that.
Right.
It is moving pretty well on course. Yeah, no, this is good. This is very good stuff. Uh, I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to give out spoilers for this, but at the same time, like, it's kind of necessary to talk about some of them because of plot points. The stuff with the main antagonist of this arc seems like it could be interesting, but very little information on the person has been given out yet, which is very fascinating. Yeah, I'm good to move on.
Okay. Moving on then to Shine On Bakumatsu Bad Boys.
Boy,
I'm still loving how fucking historically accurate the show is.
that's nice.
Still absolutely adoring it. There is gonna be some fucking shit going on in the next episode. Because yeah, we are getting to a genuine historical incident and a fucking big one at that.
Ooh.
Uh, the Ikedaya incident. How much do you want me to go into it? Because I said the way the anime is going, it's likely to be historically accurate.
Go
So
for it.
if you don't want me to say anything in hopes of not spoiling stuff, I won't.
Go ahead.
Um. So starting from episode 7, which was today's episode, wasn't it? Or yesterday's? Whatever. Um. Again, historically accurate in the sense that they arrested a dude called Furutaka Shuntaro. Uh, Sakia, who has obviously replaced Hijikata Toshizo, tortures him, which is apparently what Hijikata did. Even more accurately, Hijikata apparently did it by driving spikes through the guy's feet,
Ooh,
which is what
that's
happened in the
rough.
anime. Admittedly, they didn't go so as far as apparently Hijikata placed lit candles upon the holes.
Ow.
Um, it's not. It's not actually. I don't think it's especially verified. So no idea if that actually happened or not. But certainly, you know, there is an opinion that it did happen, which is enough for history. Um, and yeah, they're gonna attack the Ikidaya. If his depending on how historically accurate they're gonna go, there's gonna be two groups. There's gonna be one with Ichiban Boshi, Akira, Toro, and is it Gyataro who is Nagakura Shinpachi?
I think so.
I can't remember which one is which. Um,
I
beyond,
only remember
yeah,
Okita, Kondo Isami, and Toshizo.
yeah. Sort of my issue is I only remember the first, two or three or so.
Yeah.
And Wikipedia's not going to give me that answer. Okay. Um, so yeah, so first group is going to have those four. And then the second group, led by Sakia, is going to have the rest, I assume. Um, so yeah. Um, It's gonna be really interesting to see how historically accurate they portray this, because this is also the incident where apparently Kido, Katsura Kogoro, is where his geisha lover warns him and lets him escape. And as discussed previously, the name that Akira took when she was acting as geisha is the same as the name of Kogoro's geisha lover.
Ah, okay,
And obviously
interesting.
they've been developing a relationship over the last couple episodes. I will admit I'm a little
I'm not a fan of it, mostly because Katsuro seems very sus to me.
well, I was gonna say I'm not sure that I like that the only female member is the only one with a romance storyline.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not sure I like that the only female member of the Shinsengumi is the only one with a romance storyline.
No, you cut out there. I could not catch that last bit.
Third time. I'm not sure that I like that the only female member is the only one with a romance storyline.
Ah, yeah, no, that's not great.
Yeah.
Not I don't like it in general. I just especially don't like it that her supposed love interest is very sketchy and hasn't exactly been making the relationship seem fully consensual on her side.
Mm.
Because like he's been pushing her boundaries basically the whole time.
Yeah. The other thing I'm going to be looking out for is apparently Nagakura, Todo, and I believe Okita were injured during the fight. So going to be looking out to see if they get injured in the anime. But there's also some accuracy surrounding Uchiyama Hikojiro, because he was another person supposedly assassinated by the Shinsengumi, in particular Kondo Asami.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Did not happen as it did in history, to be fair. But yeah. Again,
It's not going to be a one-to-one.
No, it's not. But history graduate, I love it when they accurately portray history. I also liked episode 5, which was obviously a lot about Suzerain and Sogen.
Yeah, I like those two. They're really great.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, Suzerain is not a criminal.
No, he's not. He
He's
has literally been arrested for let me check my notes. Praying for the dead.
religious prejudice, basically.
Yeah.
And Sogen, just about a criminal, just barely. As long as he wasn't making people into the corpses he was dissecting, I don't think he's doing anything too terrible. But unfortunately, what sort of certainly drags episode 5 and 6 down is the fact that Ichiban Boshi has a full-on case of Naruto syndrome. In that, despite seeing lots and lots of stuff to the contrary, he still believes his brother is a good person. And I mean, we don't know for sure, but it may have taken, the rest of them being trapped in a very trappy trap. Um, like, that was so obviously a trap from minute one that I'm surprised they didn't see that coming.
It's a trap!
I mean, there were these jars of kerosene all around the place. Um, and then, of course, he was, forced to fight Uchiyama and eventually kill him. But obviously, we have not seen Ichiban Boshi interact with Rashimaru again, so we don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What was nice is that most of the rest of the Shinsengumi did actually support Ichiban Boshi. I quite like that.
Yep. I think the only one who's hostile to him is Sakia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if Saki is necessarily hostile to him or if he's just pragmatic as fuck.
Could be a bit more.
Because I think it was Suzerain who brought up the fact that Saki might have purposefully helped Ichiban Boshi escape by throwing the bowl in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just looking for something. Where is it? At the end of. Where is it? I know I wrote down a note about Suzerain's pun, and I'm trying to find it. When was
Oh, I
it?
don't remember the pun. I just know it was very lame.
1410 in episode 5. Oh, there it is. I assume it probably works better in Japanese, but it was like Suzerain saying he couldn't condone Ichiban Boshi maybe letting his brother stay alive or something like that.
Mm.
I know it involved the word condone, spelt with a K.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I remember that now.
For Isami Kondo. But yeah, no, I'm still definitely enjoying this show. It is definitely still enjoyable as hell as a history, not just a history student, but also a student of history who has focused on Japan because of my weebness. I knew exactly what I was gonna do once that Japanese history module came up, and from there, whenever I got a chance to choose what I wrote about, I chose Japanese stuff.
Nice.
But going by the Ikidaya incident, we are currently in what was it? 1864.
Ah, right.
Around July, if that helps. But it should be noted that Kondo Sami does not die until May 1868. So we'll see. Anyway, moving on to something that's a little sad because of circumstances out of its control. Shinepost.
Yeah,
Oh, what happened with
unfortunately.
Shinepost?
Well, unfortunately, it's put on hiatus because guess what? COVID-19.
Ah,
So,
fuck.
yeah,
Definite
uh,
hiatus, huh?
yeah. I think the next episode's going to be on the 30th, but we don't know how consistent episodes are going to be after that. But I guess
So
we'll
you might
see.
have. Was this supposed to be a 1 core or a 2 core show? I forget.
I think it's just one. Yeah, it looks like it's just one
Well,
core.
now you have it for 2 cores, I guess.
Oh, shut up! No,
I'm trying to give out a silver lining, damn it.
no. First Shikimori, know this. Hate it.
At least Shikimori ended shortly after the core as a whole ended.
Yeah. And it's a shame because this show's getting really good too. Episode 4 follows up on Kyoka's her insecurities about performing. She doesn't, due to her messing up her one chance in being the center. Ever since she's lost a lot of self-confidence, and she really wants to stand out as an idol, and inspire others in the way that she was inspired. But luckily, the good manager manages to help her build up her confidence a bit, and she's able to redo the song or perform the song again that was she was supposed to be the center in, and it goes pretty well this time. So, and then the Tings starts picking up popularity. I almost said Rise there. um, and then episode 5 and 6 focus on Rio, and she has her own confidence issues as she doesn't feel she's anywhere near as good as Haru or Kyoka, and because she just doesn't feel like she's very good on or off the stage, and they they go to a location shooting, and it doesn't go very well. She she basically makes a goofball out of herself, and she basically makes a promise with a girl from another group. Her name escapes me, but they basically plan to work together to help Rio improve. And then since her dancing isn't very good, she is given the chance of being the center for a ballad, which is actually a fantastic song. I fucking loved it. And really fantastic character animation. So that was excellent. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, basically the few episodes have been basically building up our group here, their characters, and them improving. So it's been really nice, and I'm more or less completely sold on the show now. I'm more curious as to see where things go from here. But I'm gonna have to wait a bit because yeah, it just really sucks that COVID strikes again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These things happen.
COVID-19, the gift that keeps on taking shit away from us.
Yeah, unfortunate, but gotta do what you gotta do to stay safe, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, this show's been pretty excellent thus far. I'm looking forward to more when we. I'm looking forward to more when we actually get it. But it'll be worth the wait, I'm sure. But that's all for now.
So, moral of the story is to be excellent to each other.
I'm sorry.
Oh, nothing. That was a dumb reference. Don't mind me.
Okay, that's okay. We make dumb references here.
So the moral of the story is be excellent to each other.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay then. Moving on to Teppen, Laughing Till You Cry. So again, I was talking about this with Nmbr before the stream started. I was actually in a bad mood when not a bad mood, but I was in an amazing mood when I started catching up on Teppen. And I even noted when I realized that episode 5 was going to be a time loop episode that I wasn't sure if the show could survive because I was just struggling to get engaged. And then it turned out to be one of the I ended up laughing so fucking hard over the 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So hard.
I really enjoyed the time loop.
The time loop
was
episode
good.
was fun. But again, my favorite gag was just that final one, where obviously the episode was about the invaders group, and oh boy is if I remember which one it is, Chihori definitely a fucking alien.
Yo, yeah.
100%.
No doubt about it. When
Um,
you literally see a UFO.
yeah. Um, but yeah, obviously they're the invaders. They're the alien and space themed one, and the final legend that Yuina has to identify is a crop circle, and then she just fucking screams over enthusiastic crop harvesting, and she has to go all the way back to the start of the loop.
Yeah, she knows all these obscure myths, and that's the one that she gets wrong.
Oh god, it was so funny. But then I honestly, episode 6 was funnier. Because you just knew from the moment the manager left that shit was gonna fucking go everywhere.
That they'd literally destroy the building. I didn't think it would go that far.
I didn't think it would go that far, but I knew it that
no, that's
shit was
literally
gonna
what
hit
they
the
did.
fan, and just like so quickly as well. Especially considering they tempted fate. I think it was Bullet Kunoichi tempted fate by saying, "What could go wrong?" And then they threw the fucking dumbbell and it broke the floor.
Yeah.
And then get the name. Kana, I think it was, tried to fix the floor, hit a floorboard, sent the dumbbell flying, and broke another part of the floor.
That was great. Because she had so much confidence. I was like, oh, she might actually be capable.
The fact that she was like, oh yeah, I worked under my uncle who was like a really famous carpenter. It'll be fine. How long did he work for him? Oh, until I was 3. I knew I wanted to be a comedian. If I kept working as a carpenter, then I would eventually become a famous and talented carpenter. I didn't want to do that. And then Iroha was like, okay, I've got experience with construction. I can fix this. Where was your experience with construction? Video games. And then she turned pixelated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that was a nice touch.
Then there was the young YY bit where Yuzu had a cold sore and Yomugi and Yayoi were just interpreting it so completely wrong the entire time. Eventually deciding that Yuzu was addicted to cocaine and had
was so
killed
funny.
Bullet Kunoichi for finding out.
Yeah, she was eyeing the flower, and they thought, wait, does she have cocaine stashed in there?
Because, like, oh, we're associated with fine white powders. Yuzu must have decided she needed to be as well. I mean, it was nice that they were completely, like, ride or die with her. But then, Celebrity tried to make dinner, which included making fresh eel, but all they did was fill the fucking bathroom with eels.
Yeah.
That they couldn't catch.
Yeah.
The invaders made a mess of the kitchen while making breakfast, which included a chainsaw, which I don't know why they needed when they were just making fried chicken. Akudare Kingdom started pulling up floorboards to make a new bath. Bullet Kunoichi, after having wrecked their own room, get trapped in the manager's secret weight room. And then fucking Yayoi borrows Chihori's ray gun and destroys the entire fucking building.
Literal ray gun, like
Yeah,
an actual ray gun. Why does she have a ray gun?
because she's an
Why not?
alien.
I know she's an alien, but that doesn't really answer the question. Why a ray gun? Why would you bring that
Why
to
not?
Earth? Because I, with how powerful that thing is, that thing's really strong.
Oh, and damn Bullet Konoichi's fucking puns at the end. Because because basically what was a driving force throughout this entire episode is that there was a spider wandering around that a lot of the girls were scared of, especially Kana, and that was what prompted Yayoi to fire off the ray gun was the spider being on there. But their routine was based around kind of getting better at cleaning because obviously they needed to do it to clean up the fucking mess that they made.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of said, "Oh, I have not ended up not actually getting that much better at cleaning because I aspired to a Webble beyond my reach." Damn your puns! Damn them to Hades. Yeah. There's the fact that I think it was Kana just knocked the manager out with a fucking 2x4.
Yeah.
Oh god, the entire episode was so funny.
Yeah, that was really good.
And then episode 7, the fucking manager just basically kicks him out so he can rebuild the dorm. Sends him to a creepy inn. Where there is apparently a curse to do with where the people who lived there before had a son who wanted to be a musician. He wasn't allowed, so he committed suicide and cursed the place.
Dark.
Yeah, I did note that suicide was a bit heavy for the comedy show.
It's a good thing it didn't actually happen.
Yeah, as it turned out, that bit didn't happen.
Yeah.
But they also they turned the creepy lullaby into a rap.
Yeah.
But basically the point was that the dorm owner, or the inn owner, sorry, had set all this up to try and challenge the girls because the way they could break the curse is by performing a comedy routine in front of all of the inn staffs who happened to be wearing creepy masks. And that gag was good, but it was elevated by one of them having a weird face, like having burst out of the creepy mask. There was also just when they were doing the, like fucking Scooby-Doo Sherlock Holmes reveal at the end, like there was an unexplained old man with helpers and a bunny, and a guy in a bunny suit. Like they never explained what the fuck happened.
No, they were just there.
Yeah, they never explained what that was and why they were there. Also funny that the girls that the curse hit were actually just complete accidents by the fact that Takeda, the fucking whatchamacallit, like TV sales guy, was just wandering around the fucking inn shocking them. And then, of course, he was actually the son of the old owners, who was also the new inn owner's long lost childhood love. So that was nice.
Yeah, that's nice, if a bit insane, but you know.
I
show,
don't
right?
expect sanity from this show.
No, never.
And then the ending where they all just get launched into the dirt and fucking Takeda and Barbara are just like, Yeah, we win. This show is just so much funnier than it has any right to be sometimes.
Yeah, it's quite fun, quite funny as well.
Yeah. As I said, episode 6 had me just having to stop and pause and just laugh so hard.
It makes me sad that we'll never get episode 2.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, at least not anytime soon.
Yeah. But we've got plenty of more episodes to get still left. Oh no, it's only a. Oh no,
Yeah,
but
it's only
we've only
11.
got three episodes left.
Yeah, yeah, plenty. I mean,
Well,
better
actually,
than 0, but
no, we 4 episodes. 4 episodes.
oh, really?
Because
Okay, cool.
well, so there was episode
Is
8
it
that came
because
out
episode 2
today.
wasn't released?
Yeah, because I was.
Maybe.
Well,
Episode 2 was the one about the
yeah,
protecting
yeah.
the
No,
president from being
sorry.
assassinated.
Yes, I was going by the episode numbers, not how many episodes there actually are out. There are only 7 episodes out right now, which means we'll get 10 in total. But we've still got to watch 8. Then there's 9, 10, 11 still to come out. So there's still 4 episodes to go.
Okay, cool.
Um, but yes, I'm fully on board with this show. This is
Yeah,
this is very fun.
It's quite enjoyable.
Yeah. And while some of the I think the show's done a decent enough job of managing to make sure at the very least the group personalities are distinct, if not the girls themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was to say if I was to give an opinion on which group is the weakest, I would say Akadara Kingdom.
Yeah, I agree, and maybe it's because we just haven't gotten that too.
Yeah. But to be fair, like all the other groups are pretty fucking strong, so it's not.
Yeah, I like all the groups, honestly.
But yeah, this is a very fun show, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
But moving on to Tokyo Mew Mew New.
You think if we get a second core of this, it'll be called Tokyo Mew Mew New 2?
Oh, we have to now. Now that you put that idea in my head.
Tokyo
have
Mew
to.
Mew New 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I am an episode behind, but
Most recent episode, actually kind of consequential, but I won't get into it then.
okay, cool.
But can we
yeah.
all just agree that Quiche is the absolute worst?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy is not good.
No. The rest of the show has been great, though.
Yeah.
I really like Mint's girl crush on Zakuro. And,
yeah.
absolute,
that a lot.
absolute greatness. I do like how Mint actually tries to mature and give Zakuro the space she wants
Mm-hmm.
when this frustration over them trying to pressure her.
Yeah.
So that was actually really cool, and I like the development that came about there.
Yeah.
Also love that Ichigo accidentally reveals that they magical girls exist to the world.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. Yeah, of superheroes, of magical girls. Oh my goodness. I'm how did that happen? I mean I know how it happened, but it's like, wow.
Oh.
So that's fun.
Yeah, I do like the transformation sequences have consistently been very good.
Yeah, I really like them. They're still like early 2000s but they're like a bit modernized, so they look really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are pretty slick.
I like the stuff we've gotten with Mint and Zakuro a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
they've been good.
yeah.
Lettuce has also been really nice.
Yeah. She's cool. I like the whole cast really. It's just Quiche
Lane
that is
can be a bit.
it's just Quiche that is problematic mainly.
He sucks, but at least he's framed as a villain very consistently.
Yeah.
Like, it would be one thing if he was framed as like that's dark but romantic type. No, he's portrayed as a
No.
creep because
No,
he
yeah.
is a.
Yeah, he is a creep.
Uh,
Yeah.
I wish there was less of him though.
Yeah.
Like, less of him in the show would be
Well, in
an
the
overall
opening,
positive.
there are a few more dudes with him, so I'm
Maybe
hoping
they'll
like
take over your
yeah,
stage.
maybe they'll swap out or something.
Hopefully, less quiche is always a net positive.
Yeah.
I looked up the show the other day, and apparently quiche is really popular for some inexplicable fucking reason. I don't understand it.
No.
I do not understand the appeal of this absolute monster of a
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Fucking shit heel.
Yeah.
Anyways, I do like the rest of the cast though.
Yeah. The rest is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this show's real fun. Still very early 2000s, but in a good way. In a nice charming way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we can move forward.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to Uncle from Another World.
Nmbr, have you watched any of this?
Not yet, no.
Well,
I don't mind spoilers though.
Now's a good time because it's on hiatus until the 30th.
Oh, really? What happened?
COVID.
Oh, ag- really? Another one? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll make note of
Yep.
that.
Yeah, there's only 4 episodes though right now, so you can catch up pretty easily.
Oh, really? Okay, then yeah, I could do that pretty quick.
Yeah. It's a damn shame too because these past few episodes have been real funny. Like, one of the things is the uncle just straight up gives advice to one of his acquaintances in the other world, and it's from a fucking video game guidebook. And there's also a bit where he and Takafumi are like, uh, basically, Uncle doesn't have an operational cell phone. He literally has one of the old school flip phones, and he can't really make calls on it. So apparently, he and Takafumi communicate with flags on the patio outside the house, or on the landing outside of the apartments. And they also discuss using smoke signals, and that wouldn't work because of apartment fire codes. But yeah, no, this show's been really funny. Uncle has just been consistent. Apparently, Uncle and Takafumi have a family trait of being completely fucking oblivious to other people having affection towards them, but being very perceptive when people have affection towards other people. So, oblivious dumbass runs in the family, but so does uh, surprisingly observant oblivious dumbass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from what you've told me, I do want to watch it. I just haven't made the time for it yet.
Yeah, there's only 4 episodes out right now, so you could binge it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. There's this bit in the fourth episode where Uncle accidentally spills some coffee, and to prevent it from burning Takufumi's not girlfriend, he freezes it, but also freezes her in the process.
Huh.
So yeah, so Fujimi is like, "You froze me, but I didn't burn you with the coffee, did I? That's good, right?" God damn, this cast is actually really stacked.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jun Fukuyama, Takehiko Koyasu, uh, Mikako Komatsu, and Aoyuki amongst the main cast. Oh, and also Nobuhiko Okamoto is also in the cast at some point. It's actually a pretty good cast. My goodness.
Mm.
Yeah, no, this is a fun show. I am sad that it's being delayed by COVID, but this has been a surprising treat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much else to say about it because only a couple episodes have come out since we last discussed it,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's not going to be coming back for a hot minute. Probably going to bleed into the next season, if I'm being honest.
Unfortunate, but not much that can be done there.
I mean, I imagine
Yeah.
that was probably going to happen just because of Netflix's release schedule anyway.
Yeah, but that's another couple weeks.
Hmm. So, are you ready to move on then?
Yep, I'm ready to move on.
Okay, moving on to when will Ayumu make his move?
We already
Uh,
answered this. Episode 3.
I was gonna say, if I recall correctly, we've already answered that question.
Yeah.
Look, Ayu's made his move and all. Of course, she's in the box. She's a cat.
Yeah.
Of course, she's already made a move. He's already made a move and all. But I am starting to get really annoyed with the secondary couple in the show.
Really, you're not a fan?
Specifically the girl, because she is just very aggressively clingy and
Yeah.
hypnotizes her not boyfriend every time he defies her,
Yeah.
which is not great.
Yeah.
So not a fan of those two, especially
Yeah.
not her.
Yeah. I like that guy. I think he's fine.
Haku is fine. It's just Sakurako is very frustrating as a character.
Yeah.
And her interactions with Takeru don't really light me on fire or anything. They don't
Yeah.
really have a lot of chemistry. Takeru is fine on his own, and he bounces off Ayumi pretty nicely.
Yeah. I like him and Ayumu. I was hoping we could see. I was hoping we could see more of just him and the rest of the Shogi Club since he technically joined, but we haven't really gotten much of that yet.
Have you watched the most recent episode?
I've not. No, not yet.
Okay.
I don't mind spoilers though if you want to talk about.
So a new character joins the club at the end of the most recent episode.
Oh, great. Cool.
Yeah. I won't say any more than that, but it is interesting.
Okay. Good.
So neat developments.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the bit where Ayumu and Urishi are going to that restaurant and they play shogi there. And then Ayumu gets to learn a bit about about Urushi's childhood. I like that. That was funny.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I like Urushi's friend a lot. The one that keeps pushing those two
Maki?
together. Yeah, she's funny.
Great. She's such a troll.
Yeah. She's very funny. I like her a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, not a whole lot to say. I do enjoy this show. Not as good as most of the romantic comedies we've been getting lately, but I do think it's fun. Oh right. The stuff with Urushi's cat, that was cute because Urushi's literally a cat.
Yeah, that was adorable.
Yeah. And the cat really likes Ayumu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, this is a cute show. I like it. Not a whole lot to talk about though. But I think we can move on to another cute show.
Another very cute show. The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting.
I don't know. There's some pretty not cute stuff in these episodes.
Yeah.
That is true.
Did Mashiro kill
But this is
Yanagi and
cute.
his friend? I think he did.
Those are the guys who were impersonating them, right? Or are you talking about?
No,
No, you're not someone else.
Yanagi from episode 5, the dude who thought that just because Kirishima had mellowed out meant that he was easy pickings.
Oh,
Oh
that,
yeah, that
yeah.
guy.
That fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
that.
I don't know if he killed him, but it's pretty up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he did. He seems
Like,
pretty
he fucked around and he found out. So
yeah.
I mean, what was hilarious about that was not only did Kirishima bury those two up to their necks, he got Yanagi's name wrong again and didn't even bother to learn the other guy's name.
Yeah.
He just
was
wrote
great.
Dano on the card.
that was funny.
Mm.
I do like the bit with the making the cake too. That was nice and sweet.
Oh, that was great. I loved that.
I love the older girl just being there for a snack and helping out specifically so she can eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ayumu just being there just because she was hungry was great.
Mm-hmm.
It's very in character at the very least.
Yeah. I poor Sugihara just trying to, ingratiate himself with Yaika, and she was just having none of it.
Yeah.
All she
Look,
did was
she's always going to have a favorite, Big Brother type, and it ain't gonna be Ihara.
all she did was use him for information about Kirishima.
Exactly. Because she likes Kirishima a lot more than she likes Sugihara.
Yeah. But episode 5 is where we were introduced to Rei Hojo,
Mm-hmm.
who is apparently an old school friend of Kirishima's.
And also quite openly gay.
Yes.
I like him. He's fun.
He's fun.
Yeah.
I do think that one of Kirishima's jokes at his expense was a bit excessive, but I do find that they overall have a good dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I noted down. I'm going to make the hopefully not false assumption that Kirishima doesn't like Rei because he's an old flamboyant friend rather than because of his sexuality.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Like I don't think he likes Rei just getting up in his personal space so much.
Yeah.
Because I get the vibe that he very much values his personal space.
Well, unless he's kicking your ass.
Yeah. Well, that's just a good time for him. He just doesn't like people invading his personal space unless it's in the context of a fight. And Rei does not do that in the context of a fight.
Yeah. What So yeah, episode 5 was pretty much based around Yanagi and his fucking dumbass antics. I mean, at one point he considered fucking kidnapping Yaika, as if that wouldn't get him killed instantly.
Oh, he would die brutally if he
Oh,
actually pulled that.
oh yeah. You
I'm
just
pretty sure
try.
Kirishima had.
You lay a finger on Yaika. You're a dead man.
Uh huh.
Um. Oh, that's right. I noted down that Sugihara is the latest in a long line of Himbo Yakuza subordinates.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit there.
Sugihara is the latest in a long line of Himbo Yakuza subordinates.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That he is. I do like a little bit of his backstory with Kirishima. That is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was episode 7 was a very good episode. As was episode 6 because we got introduced to the Wilsons, I believe. I believe that's their
Right.
that's their
That's
last
Right.
the
name.
American family.
Yeah, and Yaika makes a friend. It's so cute.
It's adorable.
The hyper as shit girl that Yaika did not know how to deal with at first.
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows how to deal with her or her father.
Well, it looks like Yaika got adopted by an extrovert.
Leon is hilarious because Sakuragi clearly has no idea how to deal with him. And Kirishima and Kanami were just pissing themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's always fun to see an extrovert adopt a surly introvert.
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's the fact that Sakuragi has obviously gotten used to being treated in a very particular way, given his position, and and this dude just waltzes in, going, "We're your next door neighbors. How are you? You look great." Um. Oh yeah, Kirishima at a PTA meeting is a hilarious thought. Absolutely hilarious thought, and
Yeah.
It is
yeah,
hilarious. Also hilarious is him getting hit on by all the moms.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Also hilarious is the fact that Kirishima just takes great joy in dragging Sugihara at every opportunity he can.
Yes. Yes.
Every opportunity.
Why wouldn't he?
But at the end of episode 6, we are introduced to Masaya, who takes center stage for episode 7.
He really wants to kill Kirishima.
Yeah, kill.
He has a murder boner for Kirishima, and Kirishima is doing everything he can to frustrate that murder boner.
Yeah. I don't think it's even purposeful. It's just like Kirishima obviously only remembers the names of people he respects.
Yeah, he does not respect Messiah.
No, he does not. Not at this point. But just the fact that like Ray thought they were a trio, and like Kirishima was like, "Who's this guy?"
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. That poor the poor man who has to deal with the Kakihara family's problems.
Yep.
He was having to do a lot of work to save shit. I think it must be the first time that Yaika has seen Kirishima in demon mode as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't think of another time. And then we get the second half of the episode, which was Sugihara focused, which was again nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really nice.
Showing
was sweet.
Showing that just because Sugihara is Kirishima's underling does not mean he's a pushover.
Oh yeah,
No,
he just grinds that dude's face into the fucking glass table.
Yeah.
No, I like seeing that a lot because he gets pushed around so much. So being able to see that just so much to him. He's not just a pushover.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with him either.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just because he's not Kirishima doesn't mean he's not gonna kick your ass if you
Yeah.
provoke him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we got Sugihara's backstory. He was a thief until Kirishima caught him having stolen something that Sakuragi wanted.
Yeah. that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the last shot of the episode, which was the adorable drawing of the best friends.
Yeah, that was sweet.
That was fantastic.
But unfortunately,
Yaika always warms the heart whenever she shows up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, just before that, it was shown that Mashiro is now starting to gain intel on Kirishima and the people around him. So
Yeah, they're building him up a lot.
yeah,
I have no idea what the fuck he's planning, but it cannot be good.
yeah, it's probably not going to be good.
I don't want Yaika to be put in danger.
I want Yaika to be sad.
Yeah, I want her to be happy.
We've already got an episode where she was sad. That fucking weird one where Kirishima and the idiots became
Streamers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean an actual episode where it's canon.
That episode is still so fucking weird.
Yeah, it's the weird
It's
one.
all just a dream.
Yeah.
So fucking weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think I have anything else for Yakuza.
Me neither. The show's freaking great though. I love this show.
Yeah, this is a good show.
Fantastic.
So, moving on to our final show, Yurei Deco.
Where did we leave off with?
I don't remember.
We are covering episodes 5 to 7.
Okay.
Oh, episode 5 is. Oh, that one's depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was upset by that.
Yeah, that one upset me too. It's like, but no, you can't. No.
I mean, my exact notes were: don't kill or change the new, eh? Don't do it. No, fuck you, Professor.
Why?
Yeah.
Why'd they have to old yell him?
As somebody who has studied Japanese folklore, once I saw the Nue, it was pretty clear what he'd done. I mean,
What do you mean?
having Nue in general, but I mean the face in particular. That's a very folkloric depiction of Nue.
Yeah.
It's a very folkloric depiction. So, did not surprise me. Yeah. In the wider context, there was an ongoing thread of truth and lies and facts and falsehoods that I'm not sure I entirely followed.
Like what?
Like obviously there was the discussion between the group whether they should actually tell the professor that Nue is a fake creature.
What frustrates me is that the whole Nue being very clearly fake got out into the world because they were fucking around in the mainframe rather than doing their job.
Yeah.
They could have just done their job, uh, made sure it was all well and properly set, and then just bounced off. But they had to fuck around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's very frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get episode 6, which was which I enjoyed as an episode that focused on other members of the cast instead of Hack and Finn, who are good, but
Hmm.
it was nice to get to know the other members of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh, the ones we got to know through these episodes, I think, were Smiley, 44, and the cat
Watterson,
dude,
Watson.
Watson.
Watson, yeah.
I don't know what he is, but I love him.
Yeah, I like
He's a
Watson
very
too.
interesting character, yes.
Yeah.
He's
I want
great.
I want to know more about Watson, but
Yeah.
yeah,
He is a
episode 6 was pretty good.
Yeah, I
Yep.
liked episode 6.
Episode 7 was interesting.
And episode 7 was very interesting because it returned to the main plot after a few
Detours.
basically standalone episodes.
You wouldn't think that it would, with
Yeah.
the main focus being a freaking ramen cart.
Oh yeah.
I am very sad about the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Analytica.
Analytica, yeah.
Yeah.
At the start when they're like, oh, Watson probably wants to investigate the ramen cart because of how long the Roomba survived, and Watson just goes, also, I want some ramen. Hack's chaos gremlin antics continue to amuse because in episode 5, they kept fucking like sniffing the animals' asses and then getting disappointed when it obviously didn't smell of anything because they were robots.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then in episode 7, they just kept treating Watson like an actual cat.
Mm-hmm.
What is his what
I don't know. I
what
don't
is he?
know.
What's his deal? Why did I'm so curious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Phantom Zero also still some hacks data. That's not.
Yeah, that'll be
Good.
interesting
Not
to see
ominous
how
at all.
that.
Yeah, that's
that
not
works
gonna.
out.
That's gonna be bad.
Um, but yeah, Analytica left behind the same sort of feather that seemed to drift onto the roof uh, of their building, which does seem to imply that because I think it was the old dude said that the ramen came from Mark Twain up in the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
So all this
Mm-hmm.
does seem to imply that Mark Twain is some kind of facility in the air where robots like Analytica work, which will be interesting to
I
investigate,
mean,
which
we
I'm sure they'll
already
do.
saw the I think we saw the thing at the end of the episode.
We saw what I think is considered the moon. I don't think it's actually been confirmed that it's some kind of facility, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Um, yeah, this is still vaguely interesting. There's an underlying theme of societal issues that I'm not sure how amazingly they're covering.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, episode 7 was rumors. There's a lot about fact and fiction and the validity of one over the other.
Yeah.
And it hasn't necessarily come down on one side yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in episode 5, as I said, there was that whole truth or truth or lies thing, and
Yeah.
certainly the New A storyline seemed to imply that it would have been better if Berry hadn't told the professor, because then the New A would have stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
But there was also it's also the stuff with Hack and Berry, and Hack being very annoyed that Berry had tried to look them up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I'm not sure how well it's dealing with these, but for the time being, it's still an entertaining show.
Yeah. I think it'll come down to like what thing like what our actual what Phantom Zero even is
Mm,
and all that. I think
that'll definitely be
Wh-
important to find out. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think we need to see a bit more before we can
Mm.
say for certain.
Yeah.
But I do agree that it is pretty interesting. And I just like the way this whole world looks. It's
Mm.
just
Yeah, I love the aesthetic of the setting. It's really
yeah,
neat.
it really stands out among a lot of the shit we usually see.
Mm.
Hmm. Like every isekai having a round city with a river.
Does Parallel World Pharmacy have that? I don't remember.
Don't think so, no. But it's like half of all the isekai have that.
Yeah, most of them definitely have that.
Holy shit! I'm looking at the cast list, and Hank is played by Sato Setsuji, who also plays one of the death metal fans in Zombieland.
Oh my
Oh,
god! I love
wow.
that.
He plays the thin one.
That's great.
Noise. Oh, Smiley is played by Rie Kugemiya. Nice.
I knew she sounded familiar.
I will also note that for the opening narration for episode 6, I thought it was talking about Smiley, and I was like, wait a minute, is Smiley a boy? Damn you, anime! Tricking me again.
No, Smiley's a girl.
And then yeah, it became clear that the opening narration was about Kearney. It was like, okay,
Mhm.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yurei Deco definitely been an interesting show, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but that is everything for today. Thank you everybody for watching. We have definitely not gone as long as last time, which is obviously good.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, this is
Um,
over now. Shorter. My goodness.
So the next time we'll be back talking about summer anime will be the wrap up. We'll say now that one we are gonna keep the time and make it tighter because we've obviously got to do
The awards.
the awards as well, and those generally take about an hour.
Hmm.
So obviously better if we can
Just tighten things up.
just tighten things up a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So in terms of future stuff for the coming week, Sunday tomorrow we'll be returning to D&D. Hopefully we'll be able to get out of the prison intact. Tuesday back to Persona 4 Golden. We are ready now to face off against Adachi.
Woo!
Hopefully we are properly leveled for that. It will be a shame if we aren't. Um, Thursday, continuing Ace Attorney, hopefully finishing case 3. And then next Saturday, it's a good one for the Paradox Owl. We'll be discussing Owl House Season 2.
Hell yeah.
Which is obviously become a favorite show of ours because it's fucking good. And it is a
Mhm.
travesty that Disney did not let it have more seasons.
Yeah, that's That's just how Disney be.
Yeah, it's just
Having a lot of frustration with entertainment corporations right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe it's better that than HBO, but maybe not.
Also, fuck the Discovery executives, and they don't deserve kneecaps anymore.
Yeah.
I would just
This is
like
not a
to,
specific threat or anything.
yeah,
Not at all.
I would just like to point out that I'm fairly sure it's the same company and the same guy. For all that this guy is making terrible business decisions with HBO Max and all that stuff. Still been smart enough to sell his shares in GB News.
Oh wow, that bad, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. The whole deletion of stuff from HBO Max is both a terrible ethical decision and a terrible business decision. I do not know
Yeah.
what inspired this beyond a quick money grab, and I don't think that it is worth it. And they are making a terrible mistake. They are fucking morons.
I mean, at this point, it is absolutely better to pirate some of these shows, especially Infinity Train, because I read a tweet that was like, it's not only have they like removed it from HBO Max, but they've also removed all videos about it on YouTube, and they're not
Yeah,
even
that's
selling
just
like
oh my
DVDs and
God.
Blu-rays of it anymore.
There are Blu-rays and DVDs out in circulation, but not for the whole series. I think season 4, at the very least, does not have physical release.
So yeah, absolutely pirate it.
Yeah.
Which is it's absolutely justified in this case,
Yeah.
but it sucks that you have to.
Yes.
It really
Yeah.
fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, because you shouldn't have to.
No, you shouldn't have to. You should have that accessible to you legally, even if you have to pay for it. Should be
Yeah.
legally accessible to you.
Yeah.
But no, some executives will make a quick buck and they decide to be dickheads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, thank you everybody for watching. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and on Twitter at storytime_net. And otherwise, we hope to see you tomorrow for more D&D. Good night.
Bye bye.
Later.